Hello and welcome everyone to PMPL Pakistan Spring Season 2023. I'm your host Ahana and with me on desk today is a new face. Phoenix, how you doing?
I'm doing this with you. And fun fact, I started my career at in 2022 casting PMCO Pakistan. So yeah, I'm back on the desk of PMPL Pakistan 2023. A lot of things changed, but my hairstyle didn't.
Well, your comic sense didn't either, so I'm gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah,
However, it's better than Fridge, so I'm not gonna complain much. Like we're good right now. But
yeah,
in any case, today is
hmm
already week 2, day
yeah.
4. It's gonna be great because Phoenix, generally we expect that towards the end of the season we will start seeing some specific names getting solidified in their own positions. That is obviously happening, but there's again still quite a few names that are coming up on top without any idea. I mean, names you would not even expect at all. They are just showing up out of nowhere with chickens, and I'm like, okay, that's some hungry crowd right there.
Yeah, that's always the X factor in the Pakistan region. Some like sometimes you expect a team just gonna perform or they're just gonna bombard on every single team, but sometimes they mess up and they end up in a really bad situation. But you know what? That's the fun. That's the X factor
Yep.
again, and that's what I like about this region. And they are actually very aggressive when it comes down to fights, when it comes down to those team fights, and also the individual skill level is hella crazy.
Absolutely. Well, we'll still be going on for this phase for one more day, and then the league phase ends. After that, we will be having the grand finals, which are going to be really exciting. But however, this is what the bonus point structure is going to look like. We've already seen one bonus match happen. There's going to be another one that will happen tomorrow, and the teams that play these bonus matches are going to have a great, leap towards entering into the finals, which is going to be pretty dope. And
Hmm.
well, I mean, I'm excited to see which new teams enter into the bonus match. But yeah, they're still gonna have to follow the same exact structure for the matches that happened today. That is like 10 for the chicken and then one for every elimination. And from
Hmm.
second to eighth position, it goes down from sixth in a descending order.
Damn, it changed a lot, dude. Back in the days, it was very different. Like whenever you secure the second dinner, you get a huge amount of points, and just because of
Yep.
that, you tend to secure that first position. And there was a team. I think so. Ocean started that the team BABLU owns Miramar. But yeah, a lot of things has been changed. We have seen a lot of roster changes. Some young guns also coming into play, and some of the players from the Pakistan region also represented their country and achieved a lot. But for now, let's talk about the overall ranking. We have Regicide on the second position. I'm quite happy with them because again, from 2022 they are still here, and Team BABLU, they're here and they secured one chicken dinner. That's cool.
Absolutely. But like, yeah, Regicide did have a great, you know, run in the second week. The first week wasn't looking good for them, but I'm expecting for the consistency to remain because yesterday, even though we expected at least one chicken for Regicide, it didn't happen.
Hmm.
But Egon XI had literally took everyone by surprise yesterday with 3 chickens in a day. They play literally just 4 games. Out of them, 3 were their chickens. I was like, all right, buddies, all right. This is happening out of control.
Ooh. But I think so today it's going to be the day when they will start focusing on those chickens. And if we talk about the second page of the overall ranking, we have Team Star again, OG team, Team TUF, H2A, Team QWERTY, 40 Devils Freestyle, North Esports, HellRaisers. Damn, I haven't missed a lot, right? We can still see the names. We can still see. I would love to see like what are the players. Are we going to witness any changes in terms of those roster changes? But for now, HellRaisers they haven't secured a single placement point, but they are pretty good in that elimination department. So yeah, that's cool. But then so they start focusing on those placement points because that's just going to help them a lot in terms of climbing up the ladder.
Absolutely. They do need to work quite a bit. Like all the way from 15th to 20th, every single team is in a lot of distress. They do need to make sure that they make it to, top 12 to be able to play the bonus match because if they don't, it's just gonna keep getting more and more difficult towards the finals. But yeah, here it is. League week 1, we had great dominant performance coming in from the side of 7th Element. They were literally the kings of Erangel, and then in week 2, their performance did take a dive. but
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping for them to come back up very quickly.
Oh, look at that. If we talk about the damage dealt, it just dropped down to for almost 120 or 140-ish. And also the pick securing, the elimination securing also took a dip, but it doesn't matter that much if you're being consistent. That's the only thing required. And Divine, I have heard a lot of stuff about this guy. He's a beast, and if he is there, if he is alive, if he's standing, if he's on his feet, then there is no way that your opposition can stay alive till the end. So yeah, I know this guy can do a lot of things. Plus his team support, the way his team plays also, that's outstanding, and that's why they are in the top 5.
Absolutely. Here's a slight difference between Seventh Element and XGeneration. Agon X8. Both the teams
Hmm.
are getting great chickens. They're doing really good. But Agon X8 has somewhere been able to, put up their dominance in a way where other teams fear them. While for Seventh Element, it
Oh.
was a little bit different. The team started wanting to fight them early on itself so that they can give more and more damage and make sure that they have a better opportunity. So, like,
Hmm.
when Seventh Element started dominating, they literally put a target on their backs, making everyone attracted towards them, wanting to fight them, wanting to shut them down. But when Agon X8 started picking up that pace, people just started getting afraid. They started dropping at different locations, trying to avoid those fights. It's just, I don't get exactly why this is happening, but this is something that is happening in this region as of now. But yeah, 3x, great performance. Every single one of these players has showed up in the top players at one point or the other. And well, Miracle, he was literally undethroned from his position
Uh-huh.
of the player with most frags for a really long time. It's only
Nice.
yesterday that we saw the switch happen.
Oh, so that's a remarkable thing to talk about. As you just mentioned, I think so. Today, if he's just gonna play the game, he can again get that position for himself and just gonna again conquer the top position. But again, DX Esports, I have heard something about this team that this is also a team which is look forward for that aggressive play style, and also their team style, the team fight aspect is kind of a bit little bit weak, but other than the individual gameplay is very strong.
Absolutely. And well, I do see the same thing with X Generation as well. Even they have great individual plays, but then their inability to actually execute as a team definitely, makes sure that they do not get any chickens at all. However, 3x in that sector as well is making some standing. They have quite a few chickens to, go ahead and capitalize on, which gives them extra 10 points in the bag, which just makes sure that the team has good cushioning going into the next one. But yeah, they do make sure that they're keeping themselves in the top 5 if nothing else. But yeah, I'm impressed by
Yeah,
3x. Like, it wasn't expected. They were literally relatively a very new team. So I mean, I didn't feel the statistics were tilting in their favor, because for the first 2 days they would literally have nothing all day, and in the last match they would just suddenly come out of nowhere and take everything home. But then they just started dominating at no pace at all.
but again, I think so that wasn't their game plan, but at the end they understood, okay, like what was going to be their priority. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Ramadan video. Let's take a look at that.
नहीं यार, आज गेम नहीं खेल सकता।
अहमद,
आ रहा हूँ मम्मी।
हाथ बढ़ाने से, साथ निभाने से, उम्मीद बांटने से खुशियाँ घटती नहीं बस बढ़ती है। वही देता है वही सुनता है जब भी दोगे तुम सदा।
Well, this Ramzan, make sure that you squad up with your friends to lend support and play the game to win hearts. However, coming back to what we were discussing, Phoenix, you were telling
Yeah.
something about what you expect from 3x, so I'd
Uh,
like to hear that.
I expect a total annihilation from their side, because again, it's me casting the first games. I would love to see some aggressive plays being made by these players, and also some teams going for those early fights, those drop clashes. I would love to see some drop clashes because I'm a huge fan of those two. Back in the days when I used to play with my squad, although my squad left me because they have some work to do, and I'm a bad
Or
player.
better
But
players to
yeah,
play with.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. But yeah, we used to do a lot of drop classes. Yeah, we also tried to enter in the competitive scene, but then I understood it's not a piece of cake. You have to be very very, very specific, and you have to be very confident, as well as you have to be very perfect with the decision making. And mine is first.
I wouldn't say the worst because you're competing against me. I mean, I win that trophy. I'll take the worst for me. But yeah, today is
Dude,
gonna be
yeah.
a great day for most of our teams, specifically for teams in Group A and Group D, because
Hmm.
they get to play three Erangels.
Oh.
That's literally a godsend blessing for every person that gets to play this, because like three Erangels is obviously gonna be a great playing field. Erangels are neither too fast nor too slow. It has perfect pacing, it has perfect strategic planning that you
Yeah.
can go by, not as much variables as you would expect in Sanhok or Miramar. So yeah, it just gives you a much better playing field than the rest of the maps. So I
Hmm.
feel like these teams are gonna have quite some fun time today.
It's like the home ground. Erangel is map.
Exactly.
Erangel is kind of a map when you start your competitive journey or casual journey. It doesn't matter, and that's your home ground, and you have to perform very well. But we have the plane path in just right in front of us, and it starts from the southern side of the map and heading towards the western side of the map, maybe towards the western side of the George Pool city. And yeah, it's a decent plane path, but if the circle is going to form towards the northern side of the map or maybe an eastern shift, then it will get like then it can create some chaos for the teams who tend to play towards the western side of the map.
Absolutely. However, I feel like the circle might just happen to be on the south, because we're just seeing way too many south circles these days. I cannot even count how many we saw towards the north, because there's hardly a few. I mean, I guess it's three times in the whole league that we've seen northern circles on
That's
Erangel.
it.
That is, yeah, that's almost it. So yeah, the teams towards south have
Wow.
really, started stacking up now. Earlier, it used to be only Icon XI8, then H2E and HR started dropping there as well, because the circles were just forming towards the south way too many times. So I don't know. It might be different, and I'd be happy to see it being different. But yeah, generally it just forms towards the south. I don't know why that's happening, but that's just something that's happening a lot these days. The grounders are definitely going to go back again to their drop location, that is Primosk. Negatives
Okay.
are choosing for a different location this time. They always do, because they're really not confident. Sometimes I start feeling like this team does not have a game plan already in mind.
What? Okay.
Yeah, it's weird because they always have a very different drop,
Uh huh.
and their game strat is almost absent. It's negligible. They
Mm-hmm.
literally just walk around, try to hide in a compound as long as the circle will support them. And if a fight happens, then they'll fight and die instantly. So,
Okay.
like, yeah, that's what's happening with that team. But as of now, yeah, again, a southern circle as expected. The teams towards military base, towards Primosk, all of these teams are going to have quite some fun, because they have nothing to watch on their back. Like the south is completely clear. All they have to take care of is the northern regions.
Uh huh.
So yeah, they're going to have some fun time. Lesser angles to watch, more cover. Pretty optimal situation.
Pretty optimal actually. But okay, let's talk about the team negatives, right? As you just mentioned, they
Yeah,
don't have a plan. They don't know actually like what to do in what type of situations. Uh, why these type of things happen? There's a simple answer, and that is they're not prepared. They're not
yeah,
prepared for the future events. They're not prepared, and they actually don't know what type of reply and what type of position they should hold in what situation. So how you can overcome that? First of all, understand the playstyle of other people, understand the playstyle of other players, and try to copy them. It's nothing bad if you know if like for an example, we take an example of team Bablu, right? Uh, they are doing a great job, right?
yeah,
And you like their playstyle and you start copying that. What if it suits you, right? And these are experimentations are not bad, but if nothing is working out for you, then you should try something different, right? And
exactly.
if it doesn't work, for an example, if Balu playstyle didn't work, then you can go for something else. For an example, 3x, or maybe the way team FS plays. You have a lot of options. You have a lot of teams. You have total 15 teams right now in the lobby. You can try anything. You can try any team's play style. If if it suits you, then you can just move forward with that. But yeah, meanwhile, you also want to just improve one thing, and that is the communication. The
Yep.
communication gap, the communication error arise in that very situation, you will find yourself in a really worse spot, and that's what just happened. We can see the first knock of the game, and Team QWERTY's player is down, and he got eliminated instantly.
Absolutely. It's Team Seventh Element that you're fighting against, and they generally make sure that they take every bit of ammunition and put it in the right head and make sure that the person is completely off the map, not only just knocked. So, like, yeah, they believe in confirming of all the eliminations that happen to come across them. And I feel like now that they know they have already eliminated a person, they might choose to charge in. Tokusaurus is obviously going to go ahead and be a little more wavered from the rest of the team because that's just the strat that they follow. Tokusaurus collects all the information. They are obviously going to make sure there's no third party option available and then go
Mm-hmm.
into the fight. They're very clever with picking the fights that come to them. But yeah, I guess all the information has been collected and now it's time to capitalize. While they keep trying to trade nades, I just want to bring one thing to attention. We are seeing a lot of drop differences this time.
Mm-hmm.
Like even Team Bablu, they generally used to go to Ferry Pier. This time they chose to go to Georgia Pole. A lot of teams have changed their drop locations this time. The
Uh-huh.
complete eastern northern side is empty. Even before the circle was formed, teams just did not choose that location at all. It seems like the teams are now trying to, change their play style and come in with something different, considering that it's too
Hmm.
far in the tournament that their
True.
older, strats are already known to the rest of the teams.
And I think so. It might be the playstyle switch is also important, right? As you just mentioned,
Yeah.
if your opponents can read you, if your opponents knows that how you play and what type of playstyle suits you, then it's better to just play a bit different. It's better to just switch your playstyle. And what if it works? Meanwhile, if we talk about the Team 7 just trying their level best 7 element, already pinned down the players of Team QWERTY inside this one compound. They're surviving. They're just breathing some air. But Khan is going to be the first point of contact. He has a bear and he somehow managed to almost dish out a humongous amount of damage for that day, and he couldn't able to survive the barrage of bullets. Uh, and 7 Element secured 2 more kills. Khan and Chief OG got eliminated from the lobby. They secured 3 eliminations, 2 for Divine, 1 for 124 DP. But they just still need one more to eliminate. They just still need one more to finish off the whole squad. But I think so the lad is gonna run away because the better option is to survive. That's it. POP. He needs to stay quiet.
Absolutely. But I feel like Tokusaurus will be able to collect that information as quickly as possible. And I feel like Pop is not interested in hiding his location either. I mean, why do you have a nade in your hand? Why are you trying to smoke things off? You're fine right now. Relax.
Frag
Okay, never
grenade. Just blow
mind.
yourself up. Don't give you an elimination point. Oh, he has a shotgun. Yeah, his game is done. You
Yep.
can't do much
Like
with that.
exactly, and as expected, this is exactly what Seventh Element does. Like even in the earlier compound fight, you saw Ursa trying to lure the players, and they had no idea that from the back there was already another player coming in, trying to counter all the shots that were being taken with that barrel. So yeah, I mean that's just how Seventh Element works. There's a lot of mind plays that you see coming in from this team, and they always stick to a strat. The thing that amazes me the most is how quickly they come up with the strats, because this is not one of the teams that scouts in one single location. They do
Hmm.
go around the map quite a bit. They collect all the information, and then within no time they have a strat to go ahead with, and they just pull the triggers. They just go ahead with that. It's very amazing how quickly that happens.
So they condition themselves, according to the situation, right? If I'm not
Yep.
wrong. So that's really a good thing. That's really a good thing. And if you know that's gonna work in your favor, if that's the point of, or maybe that is gonna be your play style. So yeah, that's good. Just go for it. But Team Bablu, the infamous Team Bablu, I have heard a lot of stories about them when we were casting, and also when I was an 18-year-old kid, and I was a big fan of this team. However, we can still see, okay, we can see some changes in the team. We have Pikachu and Teen Wolf are still there, but the other two players maybe change their name or maybe a roster change. But other than that, this team is still good, look good. This team still looks lethal.
Well, you just mentioned that when you were a kid of 18 years old. Aren't you currently 16?
No, I'm 21, dude. Come on, they're just making fun of me. I'm 21 actually.
I
Yeah,
don't think so. You're 16, so I'm gonna let it pass that
I'm
you do
not
not know
16,
how the
dude.
numbers work.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. Let's not talk about the game. Let's Phoenix, Rex. That's cool, right? That's but again, jokes apart, we can see seventh eliminate already secured 5 eliminations. This team is hungry, dude. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they are looking for, but I'm sure they are just hungry beasts, dude. I'm scared about other teams, the way this team is playing. How you managed to survive? They're just roaming around and trying to kill everyone this spots out.
The vehicle they have is literally a warning sign. It's not just a car, it's literally a mafia call. This team literally just goes
Yeah,
ahead, picks heads, and then they just leave them in a crate form on the ground. I mean,
true.
I used to say that they're literally burying people on their way,
Uh
and the
huh.
whole playing field is not even a field anymore. It's more like a graveyard thanks to seventh element and X generation
Hmm.
teams like these. They just go for the frags from the start itself. Like the moment they hit the ground, they want to hit some heads. That's the play style they go with. And on the other hand, we have freestylers. They literally have an assault rifle as their logo,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never seen them use one. And I'm not talking about just assault rifles. I'm talking about weapons. There's a
Oh,
lot of times this team literally goes to the top two and has zero frags to themselves. It's
oh.
just weird.
If you're talking about weird stuff, look at that. Shami already shuts down almost a whole team of 7 elements. There's only one man, and that's going to be Divine. What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. What? They actually eliminated? No, they didn't. Divine is still running, but Shami Hacker still has, he has 4 elimination points. That's huge. One team droppable in its exchange just came from nowhere and instantly shuts down the players of team seventh element. By the way, I was wondering what is the seventh element? It's nitrogen, right? And
I think
yeah,
so.
it
Yes.
certainly is. Come on, Phoenix, you're a science student. If I won't be able to answer that, then I don't know what I was studying back in the days. But yeah, I think so. It's nitrogen. So, but for now, they already lost 3 of their players, most important players. Only
Yep.
one player left, and that's going to be Divine, and he's just going to roam around like a delocalized electron.
All right, now we believe you. You're a science student.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, however, I'm still not scared for them. They
Damn.
generally make
Okay.
good no matter how many people are staying on their team.
Uh
There
huh.
was definitely a time where they would slump immediately after Tokusaurus getting picked off,
Mm-hmm.
and that slump is something they overcame very quickly, and now it's not the same story anymore. And
Hmm.
Groza, the drops are literally winning my heart right now because I love both of
You
these guns
you like
way too much.
AUG?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
you're
mean,
different. I don't know.
okay.
I don't know.
the
It's a
worst
Sana.
thing is, the worst thing is
Yeah.
AUG is my second favorite and my first favorite is Groza. And
Okay.
people are just like, those two are completely different guns. How can one single person like both
Yeah.
of them? And I'm like, yeah, that's just who I am. I'm sorry. I like drop guns. It's how I was built.
Hmm. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the case now. You can see. One of your casters like drop guns. She doesn't even like normal guns. Dude, M416 is way more better. But okay, that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different thing to talk about. For now, we can see the players of FS. They are in a bit of trouble. Ali Kid instantly got shut down by HRZ. On the grounders were the one who knocked him down, but the players from the side of Team HellRaisers they stole that kill. And again, just because of these, I think so these factors, they have a huge amount of elimination points, but they don't even have a single placement point. They just need to work on that. Otherwise, this is a good team for now. Chosen Boy. He's a bullet magnet is barely surviving on 10% of his HP. His teammate got fallen down. Meanwhile, Freestyle, 3 of their players are hiding, and Black already left the area. The other 2 guys drop shot, and his teammate Aram, they are hiding inside a bunker.
Well, they're trying to smoke the area off so that they can get a ride alongside Black, and that's exactly what's happening with Dropshot 01.
I hate
However,
this
I
vehicle
don't know what. Why though?
because it's difficult to control this vehicle when you're driving it really, really fast. So
I
the
wouldn't know. I'm a professional passenger.
Nice one, dude. I would love to drive a Dacia because I have a beautiful skin of Dacia. That's the only thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the only thing. Yeah. Other than that, every single vehicle is fine.
That's me in every game. I have very pretty and attractive
I know,
cosmetics,
dude.
and I'm just like, you know what? I look pretty, so I want my team to carry me
Dude,
so
you
that they have.
invested in the 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 communication thingy right now. You're using the Discord thingy. You had invested a lot of.
Yes.
I am amazed. I'm literally amazed. But I'm also amazed by the position of Team BABLU. They are holding there in the dead smack center in the circle. Okay, they just need to move a bit towards the eastern side. Then they can be in the dead smack center. But for now, XG and Team MGS, they're looking strong. They're holding the eastern side. Plus, MGS also has that Pochinki Hill area. So that's a huge thing because now you have the height advantage.
Absolutely, but I am still waiting to see good performance from the side of Magnus in second week. They
Mm-hmm.
haven't yet delivered what I'm expecting. I mean, in the first week, they were so impressive that I literally went ahead and said that Magnus would be my pick for the second week. That's the team
Wow.
I'm expecting to be on top at the end of second week, and then 3 days of disappointment, and I'm like constantly asking the social team if I can change my pick. They're not allowing me anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what's happened these days.
+1 for the social. Just kidding, okay? Just kidding. HellRaisers, meanwhile, they are in a fight against the team TUF. It's a brutal fight, both of them just losing out one of their comrade. And oh, a beautiful grenade from the side of Next, shuts down Joker. And he might secure that pick. He has to be careful. There's still more players pushing towards him. He lobbed the grenade, and this might be the game changer for him. Switch to that AK, received the 26 SP, and Sarge switch to that Scarlet. Will he able to convert that one into a knock? And yes, he will. Where are the other players of HellRaisers? I don't know. What? They left? That's bad.
Well, that's something HellRaisers does because they do know that in gunfights they don't have the upper edge as long as it's not a long distance fight, because from there they capitalize on the fact that the other team does not constantly know where they are. They like to hide and fight from there. Oh my god, excuse me. Wait, what did I
Yeah.
just see? Seventh element getting eliminated all the way on 15th position. Well,
The
not
Phoenix
that bad though
effect.
because they have 6 frags for themselves anyways, so that's 6 points to them. And it's disheartening to say this, but yeah, teams literally have 6, 7, 8 points and they make it to the first page because there's literally 5 to 6 teams that have zeros and ones, and then 3 or 4 teams that make only 2 points by the end of the game. So yeah, it's not going to be as problematic for them as you would expect because 15th position does look bad
Uh
right now.
huh. Uh
It
huh.
won't once you see the overall leaderboard.
Yeah, dude. I can understand, but I don't understand the playstyle of Quantum Rage. What else he was doing? He was literally driving that buggy around the players of North Esports and receiving that hefty amount of damage. And when he just when he stopped for the fight, he got instantly finished. I don't know what was his game plan. I am not sure, but yeah, they got punished quite hard. For now, Team Star Destroyer needs to understand Miracle already got down, and the way Leon is playing is beautiful. They already eliminated the Team Star on the 13th position. They secured 2 points, and those are going to be the 2 elimination points, and that's it. Team Hellraisers also takes an exit on the 12th position. What's going on? This is the stage 4. This is the fourth circle, and we already left almost 6 teams. Damn, that's good.
Yeah, and I mean, we did lose some big names out here. Like, Seventh Element is obviously a team that's in the top five. Quantum Rage keeps making their position more and more solidified every now and then. But like seeing these two teams get out of the lobby already, I feel like I'm completely gonna be, seeing unexpected teams in the last few circles because right now, okay, 3x does look strong. Magnus has already lost a player. I mean, it's a knocked player, but
Uh
I
huh.
don't feel like they're going to be able to revive. And even if they do, it's not going to be a long survival because for Magnus, once you see a slow start, you
Mm-hmm.
see a finish coming in very quickly because they do not survive long if they are not having frags to their hands.
Okay.
XGeneration does have frags, but they never take the chicken, so that's another team that you cannot put bets on.
Mm-hmm.
The Grounders, they have gotten a couple chickens, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember one, but I'm not sure if they got the second. But yeah, that's all they have. And other than those games, I didn't see them perform in any other. So it's just very dicey. It's very dicey. Then Team Negatives, Freestylers, TFD, these teams you never even expect to see in the top few circles. So that's
Oh,
that's just going to be very, very weird.
that's a bold statement, dude. But Hey, we have been casting this the Pakistan PMPL Pakistan from a very very long time, and I totally understand because there should be a reason like why you're saying that, and I think so teams need to
Yeah.
understand what's their weakness and what's going to be their playstyle. Once people just going to exploiting that a good grenade, but not the perfect one. Faster almost missed a knock, but he just has another one in the backpack. Couldn't get it perfectly. It's just gonna lob it perfectly. No, it's not. Magnus still need to find one more. Play zone meanwhile shuts down Kyrie, and that elimination goes to team BABLU. Rex on very low HP. They still have Molotovs. I know Finisher has a Molotov, but he's not even using that. Rex healed himself perfectly back on his 75% HP, and he has one from his side. He has 6 grenades in the backpack, dude. He's a walking war machine.
He sure is, and he landed the grenade pretty well. Finisher is on a very, very low HP right now, but well, he is gonna be able to reposition himself. Advantage of the height, as you were talking about it, but then he gets knocked in any case. Right now, it's gonna be a fight that keeps getting tougher and tougher because now Magnus is losing hold of the height advantage that they had acquired for themselves because H2E slowly but steadily is trying to climb back up. The circle is going to start pushing. It's going to be double trouble, double pressure coming in from both the sides for both of these teams. It's still a fight that I would suggest the teams to walk out of because you don't want to fight the circle, specifically not on stage 5. You're very close to the circle, just relocate and start the fight again. But the teams in Pakistan region, they generally try to pick the fight first and then relocate themselves. However, I'm seeing a different side today. So as I said, week 2, a completely unexpected week.
Yeah.
Something you never see happening in week 1 just suddenly pops out of nowhere in week 2.
Hmm. That's the beauty. That's what we weren't expecting that, but it's happening, right? So I think so we should
Yep.
get we have to condition ourselves for these type of surprises. But 22 more seconds, and then we can witness the sixth zone. Team negative Pink Man just reviving his teammates. His body is going to be on back on his feet, but they have to be careful. They have one vehicle right in front of them, and also hiding inside a small shack. But grenades being lobbed in front of them. They are surviving, and they're still holding. And Pink Man doing a great job jumping and trying to spot out one of their opponent. He spots one out, and one of his teammates already goes down. Switch to the red dot side, 23 bullets in the chamber, 16 switch to a grenade. I don't think so that's a good decision. He needs to switch to a different weapon. DBS is the perfect thing. Black now, a lot of things happen, and he needs to step
Wow.
up. But what was that? The DBS clutch. Pinkman, you did it.
He did. He sure did. And again, I mean, between freestylers and negatives, it was generally expected that freestyler would take it. But then the way they got shut down just makes me feel like negatives have come in for the game this time. They are gonna make sure that they have at least something that they can, wish upon and hope upon for the next few matches because they need a lot of it. They need prayers, they need blessings, they need skills. But like that's a whole different topic.
It
Uh,
certainly is.
but yeah, team negatives definitely needs to work quite a bit. Oh my god, 3x. Where are you even spotting these players from? That was quite a long distance.
Yep.
And I mean, I wouldn't have been able to see it. I literally wear glasses. I still wouldn't have been able to see
That's why, dude, we both are here. That is the reason why these players are playing at that competitive level play style. But oh, team not esports, they didn't connect. I think it was just because of one grenade. Mondo with a beautiful space touchdown. Pikachu, and he will secure that pick for himself. 3x esports secures 6 eliminations, and they are moving forward with the 3-man lineup. They lost Cairo in the early stages of the game, but it still doesn't matter. They're still looking very strong. 1 minute 40 more seconds, and then we're just going to witness another circle. We total have 6 teams in the lobby, 15 players, and out of those, 3x and XG, as well as team the Grounders and Magnus. These 4 teams has 3 of their players alive, and other teams has only 2, and BABLU one with 1.
it. Well, if I see some team other than 3x or Magnus take the chicken for this one, I'll be surprised and I'll be happy being wrong here. But I do expect one of these two teams to actually be the one that takes it home for themselves in the first map of week 2, day 4. Because even though Magnus has 0 frags right now, the man count they have is going to be sufficient for the organized gameplay that they go forward with. The Grounders give me little hope because their individual play does not put in as much impact as you would expect. But yeah, XGeneration again, same story as Grounders. They do have great frags, but they're never able to capitalize it and convert it into a chicken. So that's just something that I'm not expecting from them. I've been waiting for the chicken since first day, but
Hmm.
now I'm just like, okay, I give up hope. I give up.
You gave up? Yeah,
I did.
no problem, dude. That's that's a phase of your life, I think. So, you know what? Magnus still believing in themselves. They haven't. Oh yeah, I gave up. Just kidding. They haven't secured a single pick, but they're looking out for some more. They have the zone advantage for now, but they need to utilize it pretty perfectly. Thug is prone down in an open area, but Drawlin haven't been able to spot him out yet using a mini 14 with the 6 times the perfect combination you can ever expect. He spots Thug out, popping out some bullets, and a beautiful tracing. We just saw that they had zero elimination instantly. Just after that one, they have 3 points. Now they have 3 points. 4 teams in the lobby. 3x MGs. The grounders are looking great. And Rollin, that's a nice way to drive your Lambo, dude.
Well, I
Reverse.
do gotta take driving classes from this guy. But
Yeah,
I'll only drive in real life,
but you
so
are a
let's see
passenger,
how
dude.
far driving back. Yeah, in games. In real life, I'm
Oh,
willing to drive, but I would definitely want to see how I'm able to drive the way Drolin does. Like
oh, it's pretty
in
easy.
real life, that's gonna cost me quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
I'll
actually, it
have I'll
does.
have receipts over receipts coming in from traffic police, but it's worth the risk. It's worth the risk.
Yeah,
I can get a lot of followers from that clip. But in
nice.
any case, right now
That's a
there
Hana for
are
you
gonna be
guys. Yeah.
teams. Oh, BABLU made it all the way to fourth position.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That certainly is. But now they
Yeah,
left the party when it matters the most. Top three in front of us.
that's true.
Team 3X, Team The Grounders, and Magnus looking strong and despite of the fact the Grounders, oh no, they're not looking good. And oh, it's a Bermuda Triangle. One spots out one, and the other team spots another.
Well, these teams are gonna be in deep trouble. I'm sure we're gonna see the Grounders walk out almost instantly. And right after that, all that's left to do is wait for Magnus and 3X to fight it off. I do have better hopes for Magnus at this point, but even if they do win, I feel like 3X will take more points home. So that's just something that Magnus will have to live with
Hmm.
because they didn't do any frag work in the early stages of the game at all. But oh my god, he is not gonna survive. He's not gonna survive, not through this way.
Yes, he certainly is. He's just made of steel. I don't know how long he's surviving, or maybe Drawlin couldn't be able to connect a single bullet onto him. It's still going to be a close call. The ground is only one player surviving, and they need to, survive till the end. Three esports, two of them are alive, and one of them got knocked out. They needs to, just revive him as soon as possible. Otherwise, some of them just going to secure a pick, and that's what Jin just did. Magnus Esports instantly has 5 eliminations in the backpack, and also the man advantage is the 1v2v3 situation. Ahana and Magnus just leading the charge.
Well, they are. Is this gonna be the day of week 2 when Magnus establishes their comeback? Is this gonna be the day they move themselves back up onto the charts? I want to see if this is the map where they give me what I've been asking for since the starting of the second week. I've been calling out their chickens every single day. They haven't been providing me one, but today I feel like they are hungrier than I am. We might
Oh.
see that happen. But look at Evil Boy being
Nice.
very sneaky.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not Sanhok, but do what you like. It's up to you. Survival is the only thing he can go for. There's no chances of even going for third parties here for the side of, Evil Boy from the Grounders. Miracle gonna make sure that he has his eyes all across. I'm pretty sure that 3X is aware of the fact that it's not just one single team that they're up
Hmm.
against.
The
The man
way,
count disadvantage is definitely gonna be in the
yeah,
way.
the way Miracle is holding the phone, it's a good way to hold your phone right in front of your eyes. But hey, you have to maintain the distance. Look at that Miracle hiding inside the bushes, thrown down in an open area. I think so. He's safe for now, but I would love to see where his teammate, where his pal, and hey, he just right beside him. But I like the position of Zen. Zen can change a lot of stuff. Plus, Evil Boy too, because he's the final man from the side of the ground, as he can even make or maybe he can break the Magnus positioning, right? If he picks out one, then the 3x they are good enough to eliminate the whole team.
Well, they might be able to do that very well, but yeah, it's gonna be difficult because the moment they start standing up, they will be knocked down. There it is, Miracle. Oh my god, that's gonna be a fight that Evil Boy initiates, but it's not the one that he should have. Not the one that he should have, and there it is, as we expected. The Grounders is the first one that gets picked off. 2 teams remain. And even though the man count advantage goes to Magnus, even though I want to see them make that huge comeback possible, I still wouldn't count 3x out of the game.
Yeah.
They are a great team. Miracle is still alive, and that's just a lot of hope for a team. Miracle being one of the guys who has literally stayed on top of the elimination leaderboard for over a week. You don't mess with a guy like that.
Yep. That's your worst nightmare. That's a Grim Reaper right in front of you. But Zen needs to be sneaky, like a ninja, and precise, like he is. He has a QMP with a suppressor. And a level 2 West and a level 3 helmet, that's going to soak a lot of damage if someone's just trying to, headshot him. But Ashu, I think so, he is the one. He can be the catalyst there to initiate the fight. But Zen instantly, repositioning himself. I think so, that's a good call.
Well, both the teams are trying to find spots to go behind each other, but Ashu is going to be knocked, and now it's Miracle alone. His position has been revealed. He's going to try to take a fight. Knocks faster down already, but well, in the meanwhile, Magnus is going to go ahead and pick that frag for themselves and the chicken on the way home. So this is a take home, but it's a winner-winner chicken dinner nonetheless.
A winner-winner chicken dinner for the team Magnus, when we weren't expecting a lot, but they proved us wrong, and that's what we like the most. Magnus again stepping up the perfect movement. They started off without even securing a single pick till the 22nd minute, but after that, when they had that taste of that beautiful blood, in fact, after that they didn't spot. Look at that, 7 elimination total, 17 points, because 10 from the chicken, and overall ranking they took a huge leap to the 4th position. That's good.
Absolutely. I mean, I had almost lost hope. Now I gotta start hoping again. I think it's all about the caster curse. When I start giving up on some team, it just goes ahead and does magic. So yeah, I'm gonna start charging teams money for this. But before that, they'll just take a small little break in which I can contact the teams. Let me just dial my phone.
पहले ही कस्टमर्स नहीं आ रहे थे और आगे रमजान में तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं आएंगे। तुम सारा टाइम अपने दोस्तों के साथ आवारागर्दी में गुजार देते हो। इस तरह तो गुजारा हो ही नहीं सकता। खबरदार फोन को हाथ लगाया। ओह, आ गए होंगे तुम्हारे आवारा दोस्त।
क्या सीन है ब्रो, चला चले।
नहीं यार, आज गेम नहीं खेल सकता।
अहमद,
आ रहा हूँ अम्मी।
बढ़ाने से, साथ निभाने से, उम्मीद बांटने से खुशियां घटती नहीं बस बढ़ती है। वही देता है वही सुनता है जब भी दोगे तुम सदा। हाथ जो मिलते हैं रास्ते निकलते हैं, खुशियों में बदलते हैं। रौनक हर चेहरे पे खुद ही आ जाती है। वही देता है वही सुनता है जब भी दोगे तुम सदा।
क्या बात है बच्चों, दिल जीतने वाली गेम खेल गए।
तो आंटी आपके साथ भी एक स्क्वाड अप हो जाए?
हाँ, आ जाओ।
इस रमजान अपने स्क्वाड की गेम से बनो किसी की भलाई का मजबूत जरिया और खेलो सिर्फ दिल जीतने के लिए।
Well, welcome back to PMPL Pakistan Spring Season 2023. I'm your host Anna, and with me on desk is Phoenix. April Fools. It's Ihsan this time. How are you doing, bro? You came late to the party. You missed out on Magnus's chicken.
Definitely. While sitting, at the back down, just messing with you guys. I was enjoying the whole thing. I was enjoying, especially the win that Magnus promised with us. in the previous week that they will continue this kind of reign all through forward. But they somewhat missed the whole mix, and now they're back in their whole swing, and I'm loving it. Magnus Esports, a wonderful win for them.
Well, definitely, and I mean, look at how cursed I am. I've been wanting for Magnus and XGeneration to have a chicken. I asked for it every single game, and this time I literally said I've given up hope, and they won. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what's even happening? I don't get it.
You have to give hopes. You're holding on to it. That's why they're not being passed around. So talking about the MVP, guys, definitely one of the most deserving MVPs of the match. The guy was keeping himself busy even till the final circles. While we were on the 3 teams left, this guy was the only one from Magnus having 4 eliminations in his backpack. So definitely a big performance coming from Drawlin. 6 eliminations, 567 damage, only 100 plus healing, which is, in this kind of situation, an open circle of Kartka is something remarkable, because it's really difficult for you to avoid those flying shots coming your way, even if they're not intended for you. So a big GG's for the player of Magnus Esports. But have a look at the top players. Ihana seems like Shamir is not going anywhere the way this guy is performing, and I'm pretty sure he's aiming for that first spot in the elimination leaders.
Absolutely, he could definitely very well make that happen, but I'm also waiting for XGeneration to make the first position in one map at least. But look at that, we have a new name coming in. I mean, he's shown up a couple of times, but it's from Team Negative's Pinkman. Never expected that name to be up there.
Yeah, definitely, it's a big change. As you guys were also mentioning, their fight against Freestyle was something came out of the surprise. But these are few of the surprises we mostly love to watch, because at the end of the day, it's PMPL Pakistan. It's not a PMPL for few of those teams, but Negative Esports stepping up. I'm really loving it, because this is something you really should look forward to, because this shows that everyone out there is just trying their best, and sometimes they get the positive results, sometimes they don't. And this time around, Negative Esports got something for themselves, just to be more happy, just be something to cheer about. But Pinkman with those shotgun shots, still freestyle players would be tasting lead in their mouth. But talking about the match summary, highest eliminations goes to Drawlin. Then we have highest damage, which is 698 individual damage by Shamir. Was keeping himself busy initially, starting from the match. And then Magnus Esports faster with the highest assist. So I can see where all those elimination points are going. But Pinkman with 279 healing done. Again, the highest healing. That's what I was saying. It's an open circle. You'd rarely get a chance to even survive. And the guy who got eliminated, maybe in the 6th or 7th phase of the game, has the highest healing. And on the other side, while we were checking the stats from Drawlin, we saw only 100 plus healing, which is remarkable once again, Ehana.
That's absolutely right. And I mean, I'm just waiting to see these teams, go ahead and toe-to-toe take a fight in the bonus match. I cannot even wait anymore, but we have to, because we want to see more and more teams coming up to the occasion and showing up and dressing up and then just being the men they were supposed to be. But yeah, I mean, the further this game keeps going, the more indecisive I keep getting, because more and more teams just come up with the same kind of caliber. Even 3X, look at that. They are literally just 1 point behind, even after securing the second position, because they got literally 10 eliminations for themselves in hand, and that is a good number nonetheless. A very good number.
Yeah, again, 3X, as we were saying, is a good team. You guys were waiting on point with a few of those things in the final circles, because this was something, we were, pretty much expecting that 3X, if they are in the final mix, they'll definitely survive till the second position, as TG Evil Boy was anxiously waiting for that moment where he can, make things worse for either of the teams. But GG's again, 3X, Miracle, the guy is a beast. The way he's performing,
Absolutely.
Especially, the kind of value he's generating for his team, looks like he's more focused toward his goal. And that goal is to be on the top, to stay on the top, and keep other one away from the top. And that's been the motive all along for 3X.
Absolutely. And I mean, I am seeing more and more teams coming up with the same kind of motives one after the other. Because, like, Seventh Element came in with the same domination, but then they tailed behind a little. But we are again seeing them crawling back up. Eventually, we saw the same kind of intentions coming in from the side of XGeneration as well. Yesterday, that match where XGeneration lost to Agonex I8 was a great fight. And well, Agonex I8, do I even need to name that team? Because they are literally leading the leaderboard like it's supposed to be. They've literally taken the name so seriously. They're like, okay, it says leaderboard, so let's lead it by such a margin that no one can ever follow through. Oh my god, like, how amazing does a team have to be to have 6 chickens out of 12 games?
Yeah, they're just passing around this statement that they're the best. Never forget that, because first week there have been few skeptic, seasonal fans. They were questioning the ability of Team Agon XIA, how they are struggling right now. But the second week they just went back in the past, checked out what people are talking about them, and afterwards they just took it personally. And I'm seeing the kind of results they pulled off yesterday. Seems like they're pretty serious to lead the leaderboard, as you said, and pretty much the way they are keeping themselves on the top looks like things are getting personal for Team I8. But guys, it's time to welcome Group E and your all-time favorite Agon XI8 R3G, 52 esports and 141 officials. They will be playing this match. So Group D is on the benches for this one, and we are stepping into Miramar. Today is the day for Erangels. Just keep it in mind. It's Saturday, and we're gonna go into 3 Erangels for the day and 1 Sanhok at the end. Just keep it things short and more kind of fast-paced, more spicy. That's what we always love about Sanhok. But as we are going into the only Miramar of the day, my hopes are high again from XGeneration, again from 7E. 7E had a good start. You guys were mentioning that they were just going on a rampage, and while you guys were discussing that, I received a message from their coach. His name is Khizar, just honorable mention. The guy told me that I have just unshackled their hands today, and 7E will be in different swing today. And I can clearly see from the first match, they're just with 2 vehicles, they're just roaming around trying to get as many as they can in the frag points, because I believe so at this point they have made the statement. They have shown that, okay, this is what we are made of, and beware of our performances in finals. But GG's again, a good start to the day for 7th Element. But Iana, as we are stepping into Miramar, the playing path shows a southern trend, as we can see, starting from Landrela toward Impala. Most of the northern side of the circle is pretty much ignored, just like I am, like many of the people out there. But El Pozo, Hacienda, El Azar, kind of these cities, where we can go for the glide, and rest La Cobria Trailer Park, and most of this northern part is kind of out of reach.
Well, that's true. Now that you've mentioned that 7E is literally unshackled today, I want to see what this team does, because they generally do go to La Cobreria. They're still, gliding towards the north. Let's see where they end up and where they actually go for the loot. However, yeah, I would definitely want to join that list, Ehsan, of people who ignore you. However, you're my co-caster, so I'm not gonna have much ability to do that on stream. But in real life, I'll definitely try to implement that. Oh my god, look at the way the circles are. It has been a whole South series. Like, the whole series has supported Southern circles since the beginning. I have seen very few Northern circles. Whether you pick the maps of Miramar or Erangel, we do see quite a few in the Sanhok maps, because
Yeah.
there again they want to choose the split islands, quite a few. So, like, yeah, we do see a lot of northwestern circles in there. But, like, yeah, Miramar, Erangel has been southern most of the times, and Agonex I8 just makes the best of it in both the maps. They have a very southern drop location on both, or in Los Leones for Miramar, and then military base for our very favorite Erangel. So, like, yeah, I mean, this team is gonna have quite some fun. There's quite a few teams around them, and if they do go ahead and start fragging, they'll have they'll have blood on their hands. They'll have a lot of blood on their hands.
Yeah, surely so. As we can see, there's been a lot of contention down south. There's a lot of teams out there, right? In the outskirts of Los Leones. We can see HR, we can see Negative Esports. They're moving around. Then, not that far from Los Leones, we have 52 Esports and Picado, and right next door to them, it's 3X. 52 Esports. Somewhat they have just gave up on this notion of holding Picado because they've been given a hard time by 3X. But furthermore, there are colors that we can see spreading out outside the play area, which is a good thing. So initially, we are expecting some skirmishes, maybe on the eastern side of the circle, where Team Star, Team HR, and Team Negative Esports are. And North Esports, surprisingly, they're also not going to Los Leones. But look at the courage that these guys from Aegon Exide have. It's a big city, Los Leones. If you remember, Ihana, the days when most of the teams just like to go to Los Leones, it's been a difficult thing to hold on. But yeah, but starting their first match, 52 Esports, they are kind of looking, very based in their approach, because right now they're not going into any fights. But guys, again, a big apology from our side, from our technical team, for this slight, kind of hiccup in between our transmission. So we do apologize for this disconnect. Disconnect. I'm just trying to get words together. But Negative Pinkman, yes, yeah, I'm kind of disconnecting. The words aren't coming, the way I want them to. But Magnus Esports, they're pushing forward on the final player of Negative Esports. Let's see what this guy's hold, but not much he can do. And look at this proactive approach by Magnus Esports. They're going right away, and holding faster on that sliver of an HP that this guy was surviving on. And Magnus Esports with only one elimination in their backpack. Look at that cheered up face of Faster. The guy is just, happy. Oh, thank God. My game would have been over by now. But thanks my teammates. I love my teammates. They survived. They helped me survive. And now I can play few more minutes, until unless this guy will get thrashed again. But, anything is better than nothing. Who knows? Maybe this guy could be the MVP at the end of the match. But Magnus again, 4-man standing. Things are working out. That reverse, I would say, bad luck, which was, I don't know what was the source of that bad luck for Magnus Esports. I still don't know. Yana, do you have any idea where they were getting that bad luck?
I have no idea.
Maybe I
Okay,
can
okay,
point out
tell
in the
me
direction,
this.
but
Is Zibian playing?
no, he's not playing today. It's faster
Yeah,
Zen.
maybe that was it.
Yeah,
No
could be.
offense at all. I'm just trying to find out a reason.
And I was just kidding. You know, there was someone who was, you know, pretty much rooting for Zibian only in Magnus Esports. So I'm not saying these are few of the things that people are pointing out, that there is some source where Magnus Esports were feeling kind of locked in their gameplay because there was some external influence coming in. But I'm not sure, you know, still I can't say much
It's
about it.
definitely not me rooting for them. My curse wasn't working at
maybe.
all.
Maybe, you know. Oh, we'll still have to look into this. We have FBI on the task, but talking about talking about this match in particular, guys, it will be a slow start. We just had Negative Esports leaving us, the only team that got eliminated. Rest of the whole lobby is fully intact. All of these teams have their 4 players standing, and right on our screen we are seeing 3x and 52 Esports. These compounds are one of the famous compounds because I like them in one way, that if one team, you know, as a whole pushes on either side, they can easily wipe it out. But if you're splitting it up and want to take the fight on both of these compounds at once, it will be difficult situation for you to handle. And also it's amazing itself, these compounds are very risky. You have no idea which side to get into. The team which is inside those compounds, that hard cover, have more of an advantage. But talking about the advantage, HR, they are not leaving some of their habits that they have made throughout this PMPL, and now they're losing another players of them. HR with 3 eliminations in the backpack, as we were seeing, they managed to get few of those successes on Negative Esports, but this time around H2E will get the best of them, and the Z will be eliminated. So HR is left with 3-man standing, but in the elimination counter we are seeing 7 element keeping themselves busy, and this time around once again it's Team QWERTY that these guys are targeting in this moment.
Well, H2E is already in a lot of trouble, and I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not just 1for1 officials that is going to be causing that. There's Team Star available as well, who are also going to go ahead and make sure that there's more and more damage done to the team. And H2E might not have as many options of survival anymore. Again, the team has come up with a chicken, but that's all they have, like one chicken. They do need a lot more standing, a lot more solidification. They need to set their position in stone before the week comes to an end. We have just a couple more days to go, so I'm expecting these teams to go rogue at this point and just capitalize on every single thing that they can get their hands on. But yeah, 52, even if they do not make it into the bonus match, I feel like I have attained enough confidence in this team now to root for them, because they're doing really good compared to how their performance was yesterday and the week before. So yeah, this team is definitely going to have some, great grounding when it comes to walking into the finals though.
Yeah, definitely agree with that, because seeing the kind of desperation also coming from their side, they want to be in the finals. Because again, sorry to say guys, but I have to repeat this, it's a long journey. The change in the kind of the course of teams qualifying into the officials is the biggest problem for most of these competitive squads out there. But because once you're out of the mix, once you're out of the top 16 teams of the region, it's very difficult to get back to that position again next season, because you have to go through a rigorous path where you have to play some of the national championships, some of the college campus championships and third party tournaments to get back your slot for the PMPL. So most of these teams are eager to just keep and hold of that chance for the next season. So they have to qualify for the top 16. But talking about this situation where NES and Aegon X8, both of these guys been eyeing on to these two of these remaining players of NES, and now it's time where NES have to decide whether they want to go into a full-fledged fight or they just have to leave this ground for the moment, because seems like Aegon, the kind of surrounding situation that they have imposed on NES, it's kind of getting difficult for them to leave. But anyhow, they have no more choices left and they have to go into a fight. Look at Aegon X8, the way they are anxiously waiting for that precise moment where NES will make a mistake and they will punish them for that. But Nightmare, having no idea where IQ is and sitting outside like this, can get you a backstab from far away. But Aegon X8, now it's time to push forward in the kill feed. We are seeing R3G Knock keeping himself busy against Team BABLU. 7 Element on the other side, taking one player down from Tough Esports. But right now R3G confirming those elimination points. But what a utility use! And this time around, seems like the final player of NES will also get eliminated. What a precise spray with that ADS from Aegon X8 played. And all 4 of those eliminations goes to Blade. So it's a serious clutch coming in from Blade in the initial of the game, and this will definitely set the tone for Aegon X8 moving forward in the match.
Well, I'm definitely liking how Aegon X8 just goes in and dominates. I mean, I was talking about this thing with Shivansh earlier in the first map. Like, we are seeing a difference between Aegon X8 and 7th Element. When 7th Element started dominating, they started putting a target on their back, and people started wanting to take the fights against them and make sure that they are able to handicap them for the further match. While against Aegon X8, teams started fearing them and started wanting to not fight them at all unless and until it's a necessity of the moment. So I just feel like that's a difference that we've noticed. But in the meanwhile, 7th Element, they are going to be losing quite a few players at this moment. Tough has come back with the revenge, so Saad will definitely take one player down. They already lost one earlier to 3x, so that's 2 men outside the lobby for the side of 7th Element, and it's just 2 surviving. But again, as you mentioned earlier, they are let loose for the day. They have the opportunity to just go ahead and enjoy the matches that are to come. But I just don't want them to be the fodder for other teams. I just don't want them to be feeding other teams with elimination points as they are doing right now. Like, Regicide has got all the way to 3 eliminations, and I think one of them has been from the side of 7th Elements. They are going to be able to make sure that the last one is taken down as well, because Regicide is right now in a very desperate situation where they need more and more points to make sure that they are eventually able to climb up and stand close to Aegon X8 and then eventually probably even dethrone them.
Yeah, kind of situation looks like that. But on the other side, Team QWERTY, it's not working out for them as well today. In previous match, they got eliminated from the players of 7 Element, and this time around, the script is rolling in that manner once again. But 7 Element Divine, he's waiting for the player from QWERTY to just go for a 1v1 fight, and it's Voltrix guy. You have to pay the respect this time around, and Voltrix confirming the final elimination on 7th Element, and 7th Element is out of this game on 13th position. So again, 4 elimination points. I can say that this is the plan for the day for 7E, but it's not that good. As you were mentioning, you don't want them to be just another team just distributing those frag points for no reason to all those teams out there. But it is what it is. 4 of the teams are leaving us within like a few minutes into the game, but we are seeing Magnus Esports with 4 of their players standing. They are somewhat coming across the players of 3x, and looks like 3x is gatekeeping them and not allowing them to get into the circle. One of the Bucky is stuck right close to the nading range of 3x Skyro, but let's see if other teams will allow Magnus Faster to go get that vehicle for themselves. But 3x still waiting anxiously where Magnus Esports will make a mistake, and eventually 3x will capitalize on that, but 52 Esports is the one which will get some sort of aggression coming from Magnus Esports, trolling, knocking out one of the players from 52 Esports. And it's time where Magnus Esports are pushing forward. Is the angle where Magnus is taking fights are kind of more risky. They cannot go uphill, they cannot straight push on the players of 52 Esports, which is making difficult for them, because on one side it's Team BABLU, on the other side it's a Team 3x that is trying to seize any opportunity to do a third party. But 52 Esports, they're also getting flashed. Magnus Esports is pushing forward, their IGL is down, and they have to go for the quick revival. But again, third party coming in, BABLU and Magnus Esports are just making sure the 52 Esports are left with nothing.
Well, right now 52 Esports definitely looks like the one in trouble, but it's not looking any good for Magnus either. I mean, Magnus was supposed to be taking that fight with 3x. However, that has been put on a hold. 52 Esports is going to get eliminated thanks to the play zone for them. But unfortunately, Magnus Esports is not going to have a much stronger standing either, because once they walk into the circle, if they choose to go from the northern region, they are going to face 3x. If they go from the southern region, they are going to face BABLU, and both the teams are looking more than prepared to take the fight head on, because they were already aware of the position of Magnus, and they also are hungry for all of the frag points, for all of the elimination points, and also a position point advantage that can happen the moment they start eliminating other teams completely. In the meanwhile, though, Regicide is going to keep their hands busy onto H2E, and well, I have no idea what H2E stands for. I would like to know if you have any idea. But yeah, it doesn't seem like they're having much happy moments to go in with.
Yeah, it's just another turn of events for H2E, because a moment ago we were seeing R3G. They were in a position where H2E was keeping them out of the reach for the circle, but this time around it's R3G, and now H2E is out of the game. Again, another great execution coming from Regicide. Regicide with the 6 eliminations in their backpack, and H2E with only 1 success. They are now leaving for the lobby, but Magnus Esports, they are still pushing forward. It's been kind of a cat and mouse situation for them, because every time they are trying to push into the circle, there is someone trying to third party them. But the final player of BABLU, that is Review, is getting eliminated. What a proactive support coming from one of the players of Magnus Esports, just making sure that their knock player don't get eliminated, don't get flushed out. But still, we have to see all of these teams trying to find a good place into the circle, and in this case R3G is looking for one. Star is still in the mix. Star with all 4 of their players intact, which is in itself a big surprise for all those Star fans out there, because it's now stage 5 of the game and Star haven't lost a player till now, which indicates that the time is near where all the Star players might get eliminated all at once.
Well, that might very well happen, but for the right now, we are going to be seeing HellRaisers, one of the teams that we did not see rising at all, just go ahead and pick off a member from the side of Regicide, and that just becomes more and more difficult for this team, because just a second ago I was about to mention that right now the teams that look like the most happening contenders for the last few circles are 3x, Magnus, and Regicide. Now that Regicide is already at a disadvantage and their position is revealed to Star as well as HellRaisers, they are going to be in a very sandwiched situation between these two teams. They might not have the best of it, but I feel like Star might not be able to make the best of it either, because even if they start shooting there, I feel like Aegon XI8 might be approaching them from the back to make sure that they do get some punishment for the karma that they are trying to deliver here. Regicide tried to charge in. It is going to result in quite a few trades, and those trades are going to result in Regicide getting eliminated completely, because in the end Regicide was the team with lesser members alive to begin with, and HellRaisers still surviving with 3 of their players. Looking good for them, but Aegon XI8 gonna have all the altitude advantage, and Team Star right in their crosshair.
Yeah, Team Star is pretty close, and this is something Team Star is not ready for, because I can see the formation is pretty spread out, and this can give an opportunity to the players of Aegon to just pick all these players one by one. But seeing the situation, Star have no other way to go. They have to get into the circle. They have to make sure that they do it as soon as possible because time is ticking. It's only 4 more seconds to go, and this time around, Destroyer got an opportunity but couldn't make anything out of it. Otherwise, it would be a different situation for Aegon. 2 of their players were in the crosshairs, and now Team Star is pushing forward. It's a full-fledged fight coming the way of Aegon XI8. Ghost is there with the utility, and one nade going into the mix, and this time around it's not a nade, it's a Molotov, but Team Star, they're pushing forward. It's a 2 versus 4 situation. Nade goes in once again, and this time around it takes down one of the players from the Star. It's a 3v2. Aegon XI8, IQ is on the back lines. He's making sure that all of the Team Star get that, all of that Team Aegon get the support which is much needed in the situation where Blade have to, just keep his health up. He have to go for that health kit, but this time around another utility coming in. Look at those nades, look at those utilities that is coming the way of Team Star, and the pressure from Blue Zone is also in there. Another utility going in from the Blade, taking down another player from Team Star, and it's a 2 versus 3 situation. Look at the turn of event that just happened for Team Star, and this is something we weren't expecting because it was a situation where Team Star was on a dominant side, and this time around they're just left with only 2 players standing.
Well, absolutely. Team Star has definitely lost quite a bit and even made their way back to the lobby with only 1 frag in hands and 5th position. So I guess 4 elimination points. That's not going to be enough. That's not going to be much to survive on. But yeah, that's what it looks like right now for this team. But in the meanwhile, looking at HellRaisers with 7 frags just makes me very, very happy, considering the fact that they are all the way up in the top 4. Makes me want to root for them, because this is something new, this is something unexpected that we're seeing right now. But I don't feel like Aegon XI8 and Magnus are going to be, looking forward to giving away their chicken to anyone at all. They do have hungry players in their team that keep wanting to have more and more, chickens for themselves. But right now, HellRaisers, they have hell doomed right upon them. Aegon XI8 is going to still take some damage that is going to result in a knock, but that's complete elimination of Team HellRaisers. 3 teams survive. Man count advantage rolling with the team that we least expected from. 1-for-1 officials. This could be the moment where they shine. This could be the moment where their unicorn takes them onto a very, very shiny ride across the rainbows. But are they gonna have those colors in their favor is the question.
I can see it's a dry weather out there and there are no rainbows in sight, and 1-for-1 have to do it on their own. Otherwise, there's no miracles gonna happen today, because Aegon XI is still in the mix. 30% of the chances of them winning the chicken dinner, but I'm not sure what kind of stats are behind these percentages, because I can see 1-for-1 official, they have in this kind of situation have least ability to go for that win, because I can see the formation of Magnus Esports, the way they are spread out. They can give a big backstab to the players of Aegon XI as well as 1-for-1 official, making it more difficult for them. But look at this sublime display of mechanical skills from the players of Aegon, which shows that 1-for-1 officials are kind of less ready for the situation. Another one down from the side of Magnus Esports, and deriving down the percentage of win for 1-for-1 officials to only 20%. Eagle is also low on HP. Myth has been down. Magnus Esports is anxiously waiting for that moment, and also JD is also knocked out with a vehicle burst. Finisher will definitely push forward, and 1-for-1 the final player is also pinned down, and it's just a moment of time where Aegon will make sure they will push in and will confirm that final elimination on the player of team 1-for-1 official. And there you go, no more time for this player. All of these players are looking in his direction, and confirming that final elimination will make the probability of team Aegon XI8 winning this match. IQ was low on HP, got traded out. Magnus Esports versus Team Aegon XI8 is 2 versus 2, but utility coming in from the side of Magnus, leaving Ghost on half HP, and one utility from Ghost can turn things around for Aegon as well.
Well, right now the positioning for the side of Aegon X looks really, really good to me. They have the higher as well as the lower ridges under their control. They have more area to capitalize on, but very soon, the circle will start shrinking in 6 seconds. In a matter of 6 seconds, things will start getting more and more tougher. To this fight as soon as possible, otherwise they will have double pressure to deal with, because the circle will first push them and then approach Agonex I8, considering the positioning on this team. Zen is running wild and ravage all across the
Oh my
area.
goodness.
Oh my god, yes, exactly. That Molly has burnt Blade all the way down. This is a 1v2 situation right now, and Ghost is
Oh,
going to get
another
taken
chicken
down.
dinner.
Oh my god, exactly. A second chicken coming in for the side of Magnus in a single day, and that too
Oh my
against Agonix I8. This is the dominance we were looking for. This is the game I was waiting for from this team. They have served us a great game and taken home a chicken in exchange. Actually, two if you count the last one along. This is outstanding. That external force you were talking about, that external force you were, trying to get in the mix of this. I don't think she had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm spotless. I did nothing. I did nothing. Nada.
Joke aside, but again, all credit goes to the player of Magnus Esports. They survived.
Absolutely.
They were in a situation where Team Aegon was with the better man count, and there you go.
पहले ही कस्टमर्स नहीं आ रहे थे और आगे रमजान में तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं आएंगे। तुम सारा टाइम अपने दोस्तों के साथ आवारागर्दी में गुजार देते हो। इस तरह तो गुजारा हो ही नहीं सकता। खबरदार फोन को हाथ लगाया। ओह, आ गए होंगे तुम्हारे आवारा दोस्त।
क्या सीन है ब्रो, चला चलें?
नहीं यार, आज गेम नहीं खेल सकता।
अहमद,
आ रहा हूँ अम्मी।
हाथ बढ़ाने से, साथ निभाने से, उम्मीद बांटने से खुशियाँ घटती नहीं बस बढ़ती है। वही देता है वही सुनता है जब भी दोगे तुम सदा। हाथ जो मिलते हैं रास्ते निकलते हैं, खुशियों में बदलते हैं, रौनक हर चेहरे पे खुद ही आ जाती है। वही देता है वही सुनता है जब भी दोगे तुम सदा।
क्या बात है बच्चों, दिल जीतने वाली गेम खेल गए।
तो आंटी आपके साथ भी एक स्क्वाड अप हो जाए?
हाँ, आ जाओ।
इस रमजान अपने स्क्वाड की गेम से बनो किसी की भलाई का मजबूत जरिया और खेलो सिर्फ दिल जीतने के लिए।
Well, welcome back to PMPL Pakistan Spring Season 2023. I'm your host Anna, and with me, again, it's Esa. We're not switching anymore. April Fool's done.
It's done, guys. It's done. It was pretty much orchestra, I can say. And all credit goes to Hannah for doing that. They kept me, in the shadows. Just I had no idea what's going on. But again, April Fool is on you guys. But oh my goodness, what's going on? It's a different day. It's a different situation. Magnus Esports with 2 matches in a row. Pretty sure Drolin is feeling himself.
I can see that. I mean, Zabin is missing out on quite some action right now. But the team is doing pretty well. I'm liking the way the flow is going. I'm liking the momentum. I've always known that Magnus is definitely one of the teams that has great individual caliber, and alongside they do match it up with great teamwork as well. But the way they were organizing everything, the way they were orchestrating their fights, It was just outstanding. I mean, winning against Agonex I8 is definitely a claim in itself, and they did it for their second chicken of the same day, and on the day where they've only played 2 matches so far. I am painfully impressed.
Yeah, but I'm very impressed with this performance from Blade. 9 individual eliminations, 1000 plus damage, 3 assists as well. You know, if those assists would have been in his favor, it would be another big match for this player individually. But 316 healing, 5 knockouts. So again, a wonderful performance, especially if I talk about those instances where Aegon XI8 cemented themselves as the best team. You know, we can reflect back to the situation where Team Star was trying to push on these players. The guy was low in HP, but still somewhat they managed to, ended up on the winning side of that fight. But, you know, there are a few teams, they are lacking that confidence of aggressive pushes. We have seen Negative Esports, we have seen HR, you know, HR was planning somehow so they can, you know, cater with 1-for-1 officials, and also at the same time they will go and close in on the players of Aegon XI, but they just lost to their misery as well. Within an instance they were wiped out. But this is something which comes with experience, as it's been 2 weeks. First week HR had no clue what they were doing. They were going for the fights, they were winning few of them, and they were getting eliminated. But this time around, when they had a good match, they were coming for those top 3 positions. Still they couldn't hold on to it.
Absolutely. I mean, it feels like the teams that are way bottom on the leaderboard right now, they are literally just flowing with the circle. They're just moving along with the circle and taking the fights that come to them. But yeah, Tier still managed to get himself up in the top players, and that's commendable.
GG's.
But the rest of it is gonna be Magnus and Aegonex. Ooh, the difference. 9 eliminations from Blade, and then everyone else is 5 and below. So great game from his side nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a good one, I must say. And again, Zibian is not playing today, but the replacement for Zibian is so good. This guy, Finisher, this is someone, if I give you a backstory, Finisher is a beast in himself, and you will forget every other top-notch player that is playing right now once this guy start his side of action, because he is said to be the clutch king. You know, the way he can handle 1 versus 4. Finisher is out of the league for most of these players out there. But look at the highest damage stats. We have 1100 from Blade, but then Tears and Ghost have identical 666 damage individually. Then we have Zen with 600 damage. So looks like 666 is repeating itself. It's been like 3rd time I'm just witnessing it in the stats. But rest of the whole match summary is all about Blade and IQ with the highest number of assists, 6 assists, in which I'm pretty sure most of those assists came with the utilities, the nades that he's been launching on the opposition. But talking about the match rankings, we have Magnus with 24 more points. It will definitely help them move up in the overall leaderboard. Aegon XI with a consistent performance, their first match of the day, and they managed to get 19 total points for themselves and 13 elimination, which is again a good number of eliminations for an individual, for a team surviving with 3 players. But Team Star with only 4 points, 3x with 3 points, then H2E, Team Tough and North Esports with 1 point each, and Team BABLU, 52 Esports, and Team Negatives with no successes at all. So second match comes to an end, but kinda it's a different story this time around, Ayana. We are not seeing HellRaisers, we are not seeing 52 Esports getting eliminated early, but Team BABLU, what just happened? They were starting pretty nice in the first 2 days of this week, and now they are just falling apart.
Well, I definitely think that Team BABLU is having a hard time. I did see them, switch up their drop locations, trying to come up with a different strat. It feels like they weren't happy with their performance in the first 2 days either. Even though it was much better than what we're seeing right now, it was definitely not what they wanted for their taste. So they're trying to change, and these experimentation is definitely getting a little bit in the way. But I feel like once they start getting their momentum back, we will be seeing that team make more and more impact going further. However, it's too late in the game to have enough time to actually go ahead and look for new ways. So I'm not sure if that momentum is going to be gained by the end of these 2 days that we have left in hand, but I'm hoping for it.
Yeah, kind of big hopes. Again, you have to let go these hopes. So if you want those things working out for all these teams out there, but we have to look on the schedule. And what's next on the table is Erangel once again, guys. Group C is on the benches. It's A, B, D, and E playing for their second Erangel of the day, which will start in a moment. But again, it's an Erangel day, and it's a very fair chance for teams like 7 Element, Team Aegon XI8, Team Magnus Esports once again. It could be a triple chicken for Magnus if they're playing in this particular match. But seeing the situation overall, Magnus is looking very promising since the start of the day, and now my hopes are pretty high. And I'm still, looking forward to it. But Ehana, what do you make of these matches? Aegon XI first match of the day, very good points, 19 points for them. Are we expecting a chicken dinner for them today as well?
I was definitely expecting a chicken for them, but that was in Miramar itself. However, it's not like the team lags behind in Erangel either, but I do feel like Miramar is a little more favored towards their playstyle, towards their game. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Probably in Erangel, they will be the ones taking the chicken home. But now that we've already seen a couple coming in from the side of Magnus, I don't want to jinx it, so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. And then I say it with utter sheer genuine liking for the team. I want to see them take the third. I want to see a triple in a row, a literal hack trick for the team if it happens.
Yeah, well, it will be a great sight to have. But guys, we are moving into our game. It's time for the action, and it's the third match of the day, 18th match of week 2, and it's day 4 once again. For PMPL Pakistan League Play Week 2. Talking about the playing path, it's again another southern playing path. We are starting from Novo Repnoy, pointing it out on the western coast of Erangel, and is right next door to Quarry and Gatka. Seems like most of these teams will have a hard time going to their drop locations because most of the map is pretty much ignored. It will be a difficult situation to see for some of these teams. Might be losing some of these players here and there while looking for those vehicles. But Ehana, again, Magnus Esports, they're playing wonderful, and today we are seeing some of these changes out there. Especially one notable change is in the lineup of 3x, where Ash is playing today, and they haven't used this player since the start of PMPL. Now it's a different lineup, it's a different team. Let's see how these things play out. But furthermore, we are seeing Team Negative Esports with 0 playing today as well. Yesterday in few of the matches we have seen this player coming up, but not much of the change in the overall performance of Negative Esports. But look at the first circle, it is kind of more concentric on the Sosnova military island, which is a good news for all those I8 fans out there. And also it gives a fair chance to the players of HR to get few top elimination for themselves. But what is HR next doing on the main island? He's pretty much separated from his team.
Well. I don't know what HR has in their minds. I mostly do not. But well, we'll see how the game turns out for this team. But in the meanwhile, oh my god, QR, that is quite a start. You just rush down, pick Khan and run over him. There's a trade coming in the same exact style. Pop is not going to be staying behind when you attack his squad, attack his family, if I say as Vin Diesel. But yeah, Pop definitely going to be in a lot of trouble right now because QR has all of their players situated right here. Goku is already going to go ahead, take a few shots and shut Pop down. QR starting off with a very aggressive note in the beginning of the match itself, and I don't know how this goes further, but it's definitely a new start. QR generally a team that plays very calm and composed until the last circle and then starts picking up frags for themselves at once. Today I'm seeing a different color coming in from this team, and I am liking this color quite a bit.
So some of these teams are realizing that the league play is coming to an end, and it's only 2 days left. Few of the matches, some of these teams have only, I believe, 6 more matches to go for the finals. So just they want to try each and everything out there, anything that works, anything that they can hold on to, grab onto. And for some of these teams, this aggressive play style is working, and some of these teams are kind of being a victim in the process. But Team QWERTY, it's been a story throughout the day today. In the first match, even in the second one, we have seen 7-Eleven trying to get the maximum out of Team QWERTY. They somewhat managed to eliminate 3 of their players. Also, just weakening the chances of Team QWERTY to even make it to the final circles, with leaving one of their player surviving. But on our screen, we have the champs. We have the reigning champs, I would say, not the current ones. But let's see what plan they have for us for the finals. Right now in the league play, they have dominated. They have just put their statement forward that they are the best. And still, some of these teams are challenging their position, but it makes the whole competition way more interesting for all of us out there.
Well, the competition is definitely going to stay interesting, but we'll still have to see which teams are going to be giving us most entertainment, because even though I'm seeing Team Negatives, Team Star, HellRaisers be very much down below on the leaderboard, eventually they have come to the occasion. They're taking more fights, they're giving us more to watch, more to look out for. On the other hand, Freestyle is not giving me much fights to take an eye at. But yeah, not esports either. I'm not seeing much frags coming in from this team. The grounders are being very calm. The faulty devils, however, alongside 52 esports, are trying to make their statements, picking up all the frags that they can. But yeah, I'm trying to look for fights. I'm trying to look for fights, and we're already in Erangel, so I feel like it's almost time that you start off and just pick off people, because it's the day when we start expecting teams to go all haywire and just do or die, because there's not much to sit and swoon about anymore.
Yeah, surely there's nothing much left. So again, is make it worth watching for all the play or all the teams out there, all the fans out there. Not the teams. Teams don't want to watch you. But overall, it's a good start of the day. We have seen some unexpected fights, some unexpected turn of events, as I meant to say, in some of these fights. But overall, it's a good day for all the Magnus fans, all the Magnus players as well, including me and Ayana, because we've been rooting for this team for a while. But I don't want to mention that team name, because the moment I say Magnus, it's some player of Magnus, just getting knocked out. Caster curse could be real, it's a conspiracy theory. But, some of these events make it more of not a theory, a fact, once we see this kind of incidents happening. But Team Magnus Esports, they will definitely revive their fallen comrade. I don't know where he fell from, but XGeneration is pushing on Team Magnus Esports. Shami is out, Finisher is also low on HP and he'll get knocked out as well. Bashir is there. Magnus was trying to cross onto the Sanhok military island, but Rollin will also drown in the waters, and definitely Zen will be the one following him as well. But XGeneration, their top player is right now knocked out. They're going for that revival, and it's a good move from XGeneration just to be on this side early on. Otherwise, it could be a story in which XGeneration could be on the receiving end. Magnus was very proactive in the approach of getting onto the Sanhok island, but XGeneration, they will make sure that they don't let Magnus Esports survive for another day. Oh, look at that! Another great shot.
Well, that calls the day for Magnus Esports. It doesn't seem like they're gonna have much going forward from here, and that just shuts it off completely. Oh my god. XGeneration just on a roll right now. But yeah, I'm having higher expectations from Quantum Rage this time. If they deliver well, we might be seeing a chicken coming in for the team. We mostly see Quantum Rage being at their best when it's Miramar. This time it's Erangel, but I'm expecting same game. I'm expecting, same gunplays, same strategies coming in for their team. And yeah, as you mentioned, Senior is a great player, so I'm definitely trying to see more of, QR coming into action this time. But Regicide facing a team that they shouldn't be facing right now, considering that Roshan is literally alone at this moment. 52 Esports. Are they gonna get aggressive? Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. Shoto is just gonna go ahead and injure Roshan a bit. Taking damage, Roshan is in a no way out situation, but the backup is gonna arrive faster than they would expect. The nade is just not gonna land anywhere close enough to make sure that Roshan gets any damage.
Oh,
In the
look at
meanwhile,
this.
Regicide with that backup is gonna back 52 Esports down.
Definitely, and another aggressive approach coming from 52 Team Regicide. 52 Esports weren't expecting that this kind of pushback will be followed up from Team R3G, another player down, and it's just a moment of time where Fofo will get spotted out, and Team Regicide will confirm that elimination as well. Fofo is trying his best to confirm the final elimination, but alas, and I must say, great push, great improvisation coming from the Regicide. 52 Esports is out of the game. I was expecting Magnus Esports would be the one leaving the lobby, before any other team, but this time around it was 52 Esports and Roshan, this guy is somewhat kind of Superman. It's really hard for the teams to knock this one down. He gets away around this every time and somewhat survives for his team. But R3G with the knock given out, like these three eliminations, these three crucial eliminations cements the position of R3G initially in the game. But on the other side, BABLU leaving giving out two of their elimination points to the players of Team TG. Team TG have had a very good rotation path. They used the boat, and now they are on shorelines of Sosnovka Island, kind of more southern side of Sosnovka Island, and now these guys are chasing for the final player of BABLU, which is surviving right now, and Pikachu just praying for the moment where he somewhat brings very less attention toward himself. But 141 versus 3x. 3x is pushing forward. King is also low. Myth is also knocked out, but 3x is not stopping at this moment. Eagle is trying to find the way where he can give some damage to the players of 3x, but 3x, another player down. Eagle is the final one. JD taking down another one, so it's an even Steven for them. 3x, another player will definitely be out, and 141 officials will confirm that elimination. Two of the players just made sure to keep themselves composed, and now they have confirmed those elimination points. But NES is pushing forward. This M249 is doing wonders for Team 141 officials, but Eagle is out as well. The fallen comrade won't be much of the help for the player of 141 official, and it's just a few more minutes where 141 JD will survive for his team, and NES will make sure to confirm that elimination on him. But look at the utility, definitely gonna confirm the elimination on 141 JD. But on the other side, Pikachu confirming some of those kills on Negative Esports. Negative Esports losing two of their players. One goes to TG, one goes to Team BABLU. But NES on the other side, they're just waiting for that moment where they will go in and confirm the final elimination on the player of 141 official. Like, I was already low, man. Come on, don't kill him with an AK. Just go with a UMP or something, pay some respect. But jokes aside, Team NES will confirm the players of 141 and not giving him much of the time to enjoy himself after that great fight against Team 3X. And following 3X, 141 is also in the lobby.
Well, 141 did take 3x down with great grace in their moves, but it just doesn't seem like 141 is gonna be able to maintain that role, because before they could even sustain those injuries, re-heal themselves, reset themselves, that was already taken down. And Magnus Esports right now again left with just one player. They're gonna be looking very, very hard and strongly to try and find themselves a way into the game, because it does not seem like it's going to be the third chicken that we were waiting for Magnus Esports. But in the meanwhile, the current fight that we're seeing right now is Team Negatives and BABLU Esports. I am finding it so devastating to see BABLU get threatened by Team Negatives. I mean, how do you end up in a situation where you have to fear to push team negatives when you are a part of team BABLU? Losing all those players so early in the game is definitely costing them quite a bit. Pinkman is trying to make the best of the situation for the team, tries to use the utilities, does not deploy them at the right position or at the right time either.
Pinkman is
Constant,
trying his best.
yeah, but like constant nades
Oh,
and
look
none
at
of them
this.
do any result at all. Look at that.
Oh, look at
Okay,
this.
okay. I bite.
BABLU
I'll bite.
Pikachu. BABLU Pikachu is a savage. This guy is a savage. Definitely he knows that there's only Buzzet left, and the moment Buzzet will try to be cheeky, to try to be more of smart. I would rather say. The guy will strike in his back and will definitely get the best out of the final remaining player. But Negative Esports, what's going wrong for them? Even playing against the solo survivor of BABLU, Buzzet is waiting on this moment where he's not pushing forward. Just take your chance, man. There's nothing left for you in this game anymore. You're the only solo survivor, and just it's a matter of time when TG or maybe HR will push on this compound, and you will be another victim in the process while they're just trying to eliminate BABLU Pikachu. But Pikachu is taunting this guy right now. Look at this. Look at this. The way he is just making sure that make the best out of the situation. He's trying to find the player. He's putting down the utility, but Buzzet is somewhere else. And now I guess Pikachu has an idea. Pikachu has an idea where he is.
Well, I do say Team Negatives is a little bit weaker on the spectrum compared to the ones that we have here in this tournament as of now. But I am seeing Buzzet for the first time being the solo survivor for this team. And he has a frag to his name, which is unusual because even out of a team that weak as Negatives, Buzzet is the person that I consider the weakest in the whole team. He was the weak link, and right now he's the only survivor. I mean, it's hard for a team to have to depend on the one player that you expect least from. But yeah, let's see how far they can make. But in the process, Magnus loses another and goes back to the lobby with no points at all. Everything that they worked for, everything that they collected in the last two matches, all for nothing, because dividing it into the third match as well will just make it less tasteful. That chicken is not gonna be as yummy for this team anymore going forward from here. That deliciousness has been taken down, and at the same time, so has been knocked off by the side of Team QR. This team, I'm loving the momentum on Quantum Race today. If they make it towards the 5th, 6th stages with all four, I'm a root for this team to be the one that takes the chicken home this time. But right now, it's all about shutting Regicide down, and they do that very gracefully.
Yeah, again, Regicide, they did spectacular against Team 52 Esports, but QR, they are on the Sosnova Military Island 4-man standing, and it's very rare seeing QR losing these kind of fights where they have already knocked two of the players down. But again, GG's to the players of QR, and also a GG to Team Regicide. It's only their final player surviving, but Aegon Excite versus North Esports is happening. North Esports also surviving with 3 of their players, but Iron is right now somewhat, he ended up in between 2 players of Aegon Excite, which is not a good side. Blade is pushing forward, and he's just trying to get some intel on the player just to give the exact location to his players, and there you go. Look at this. This is what you call experience, and after confirming NES Iron, there will be one more elimination coming on the side of North Esports from Aegon, and the final player RF will also be spotted out, and North Esports is out of this game. Aegon Excite with 5 eliminations. They're also looking strong. This could be another win for them, but QR is still in the mix, so I'm a little more careful with my judgment. But seeing Aegon Excite and QR both on top with 5 eliminations each, looks like it's going to be an interesting match for all of us.
Absolutely. By the way, which experience were you talking about? The experience of running over people or the experience of playing the game enough?
It's an experience. Both you can say that, but I was referring to the experience of playing this game on a higher level, on the level where you have to be the best to survive in that kind of lobby. And this time
True.
around, it was an easy task for Blade to just spot out the player in the smoke. He would the way some of these players play in our region, it's more of kind of something you can guess where this player will be laying down in the smoke. So that's what Blade did. But another utility coming the way of Team TG, Arham is trying to make sure that he didn't let Team TG players revive their player. But TG also having a good start to the match. Now they're losing out. Black is out. Arham is the one which will get confirmed by the player of Team The Grounders, Evil Boy, having that elimination in his backpack. Great use of utility, a great combination of gunpowder and utility, and making sure that freestyle don't survive for much long. But HR, they're not repeating the mistakes. Previous match we have seen them doing good, and this time around they're also still in the mix with the all three players, not four. Apologies for that. 3 players intact, and they were slightly into the blue zone a moment ago, and now they're pushing forward. But Team QR is on that front. It's a 4 versus 3 situation between both of these teams. Adnan is pushing forward. He's trying to get the intel on the player, which is holding right now. It's Healthy out there, but Z will push forward with his M249. On the other side, we have HR next. Got some damage, and now he is healing himself at the back. But look at that on-point utility coming from the players of Team Quantum Rage. HR Hatnan on the other side, he is deploying some smoke so he can deny the vision on the players of Team QR, so the players from HR can push forward. But another utility coming from the side of Team HR next, making sure that QR Healthy just changes position at this very moment. Basinian is there up top. Could possibly peek from that small angle that he has, and it will be difficult for the players of HR to just realize from where this utility came in. But Adnan, they are pushing forward. HR is just feeling themselves. They want to take this fight head on, and that's what they're doing. It's a small compound, but Team HR could possibly take down one of the players from Team Quantum Rage. HR is pushing forward. Next is also low on HP. He has to revive himself once again, but the Team Quantum Rage, even with this small real estate to maneuver themselves around, they are doing well. Healthy with the utility, taking down 2 of the players from Team HR, and this is what we were least expecting. And I believe it's time where Team HR is leaving for the lobby once again. Team Quantum Rage with 8 eliminations in their backpack, and it's just the 5th stage of the game, confirming another kill. But Team XGeneration is pushing forward. XGeneration, they have the plans for Team QR. They want to make sure that they just want to increase the gauge of the pain that the Team QR is experiencing at this moment. Shami taking down the player. Healthy from Quantum Rage. Team Quantum Rage is left with only 2 players standing, and this time around, look at this setup. This will be a nightmare for Team XGeneration to push forward, to push up these staircase. But XGeneration with 4 of their players standing, Shami and Thug with the successes after overall. But this is the time where XGeneration is pushing forward. 1 player down. I believe it's time where Team XGeneration will get 2 of their players confirmed, and once the revive is up, it's an even Steven situation for both of these teams.
Well, right now the revive is definitely going to be made possible by Team XGeneration. There is definitely information being relayed to the team, but that's not going to be enough. It just results into another elimination. And well, with that, XGeneration surviving on a single man count, while QR still has 2 of them and a humongous number of frags in hands. It's 11 frags. No one else in the lobby has touched a double digit. Thug is quite far away. He's gonna make sure that he gets as many frags for the team as he can. But in the meanwhile, the faulty devils are gonna create problems for every team around them. Thug is in the crosshairs of JD, but in the same time, the faulty devils are not even looking like a very strong team right now. No frags in hands, only 2 players surviving. They did commit into a fight which did not result well for them. Agonix I8 right now looks like the strongest contender for the win. Regicide is trying to make things difficult, and well, that turns into Ghost being ghosted out of the game. However, great backup. Great backup.
Yep.
Egonexi, they have it on point. They know exactly when to shoot and who to shoot. They know exactly when to provide cover for the players. And that's just exactly what keeps them on top of the board, no matter what.
These players trust each other, and that's the reason why it's another the recipe of their success, another part of the recipe of their success. And Team A gone excited with 3 of their players up now. Look like it's time we can say that this match is going their way. But again, this team Quantum Rage and Senior is still surviving. Anything can happen. This guy can handle this kind of situation pretty easy. But right now, if one of the players from Aegon Exide get eliminated, then we can say it's a fair chance for Quantum Rage and TFT both to go for that chicken dinner. But BABLU Pikachu, the guy is still surviving. He can make things worse for some of these players out there. But Aegon Exide, after having some information that few of the players from any of the teams, is on this side of the map, they want to clear out this edge, and that's what looks like Aegon Exide have few plans for Team TFT. JD and Leon, both of these guys are surviving. One of the players is close to getting knocked out. JD is low on HP. Aegon Exide, Blade on the other side. They are just making that formation. Just want to make sure that they get the right intel and make it difficult for the players of TFT to survive on this edge of the circle. But Blade pushing forward with his buggy, taking down one from Team TFT, and second one is also in a difficult situation where JD is giving out his position. He's right behind that boulder where Team Aegon Exide is pushing forward. Molotov won't let him peek from the left side, and now it's only one side to take care of, and that Blade is doing with his MK14 pushing forward, and it's time for the showtime. And Team TFT is out of this game on the 5th rank. Team Aegon Exide with 10 successes in the backpack, 10 eliminations in the backpack. Look at the way these guys are playing Gangster Paradise for themselves. They're just moving it around, finding people, shooting them down, and this is something looks like a film scene to me.
Well, it absolutely does, but I'm waiting for QR to let the cat out of the bag. I'm waiting for them to go ahead and make sure that they are also delivering just a good amount of fight that can stand them right next to Aegon X-I8 and put them at least on the 2nd spot, if not with the chicken, but right next to them with some beverages, I guess. I don't know what's served right after that. I mean, you must be better versed with that part, but yeah, I mean, hey, come on. It doesn't seem like I want to see XGeneration or BABLU go ahead and acquire the 2nd position at this point, because QR, they did great. If they hadn't been pushed when they were least in the position to take a fight, we would have seen them with all 4 standing right here. XGeneration just made the best out of the situation that was in hand.
Yep, and on the other side, Team BABLU, Team BABLU's Pikachu, the final surviving player, is out of the game. And on the other side, I8 Blade taking one player down from Team Quantum Rage. This time where Senior will confirm one more elimination for himself, making things even for Team Aegon in this mix. And there you go, I8 is in the situation where definitely they will go for that confirmation. Senior is a solo survivor, and right now IQ somewhat have an idea where this player is, and this could be end of Team I8 as well. Ghost is eliminated. XGeneration Thug is surviving. It's a 1 versus 1 versus 1 situation, and right now Senior is the most the kind of situation where Senior is pushing on the position of I8 IQ and confirming that elimination. It looks like this chicken is going either way. It could be XGeneration Thug, or it could be Team QR. Senior Rising is a solo survivor, and this guy is on a vehicle. You have to be careful, otherwise this thing can be difficult for QR Senior to survive in. But XGeneration Thug low on HP. Senior have to boost up before going into the fight. That's what XGeneration Thug is doing. But a good match for Team Aegon Exide. Ghost, after getting eliminated with that backstab coming from XGeneration Thug, makes things difficult for IQ, so he couldn't hold on to that. And now we are left with a 1 versus 1 situation between Quantum Ray Senior and XGeneration Thug.
This is the revenge matchup. This is the revenge time. QR lost a couple of players to XGeneration, and XGeneration literally lost 75% of their squad to QR. Both the teams are looking for blood, cold, hard, blue blood served literally in the shape of revenge on a plate that has a chicken right on it.
Oh my goodness.
These teams, I mean, solo players actually, both of these players, they're looking for whatever can be the best situation. The circle will first start to push Senior. However, he will still have the height advantage. Seems like Thug already has an idea of where Senior is, while Senior has zero clue. Definitely a worse situation for Senior as of now. But he's moving away in a prone position, so Thug will not know what hit him if Senior is able to come up with a good, surprise attack onto Thug. However, for that, he needs to know the position. Oh no, you shouldn't.
Oh,
You
no
shouldn't
way.
have. Now, Thug is gonna have more and more confirmation of where Senior is. However, he's still gonna be inside the smoke. So he might be able to make his way in. This keeps on getting more and more tricky. This keeps on getting harder and harder to decipher. It is hard for us while we can still see both the players. I don't know how difficult it is for them. There he
Yeah.
goes. Pop some pills. And now with those pillies, this guy is gonna be on some adrenaline rush going into the game. Senior, we have
Yep,
hopes.
yep.
Thug, you have to get the first ever chicken dinner for XGeneration. This is high stake for both of these players. This is the moment of shine or die. I mean, in game, but
Yes,
like,
and it's
still.
just a matter of time. Smokes are about to dissipate, and it will be QR Senior in the open with everything to show to X Generation Thug, and that's where the problem starts for Team Quantum Rage. X Generation Thug with this hard cover, this boulder, he had this peace of mind that by the time Blue Zone will touch him, it will be his match. But the Blue Zone is pressing on Thug as well. Thug is low on HP, and Team QR will get the winner chicken dinner for themselves. This is what happened when you wait for too long. When you wait to make that move, which is much needed, and it takes forever. I kind of say eternity for X Generation Thug to make that move. But Senior with another success in his backpack. This guy is having the best season of his life in this PMPL Pakistan, and moving forward in the competition, looks like Senior have already cemented his place in his squad and also on the top leaderboard of elimination leaders overall. But 14 eliminations, 24 total points, 2400 plus total damage. But guys, we'll discuss this after a short break.
क्या बात है बच्चों, दिल जीतने वाली गेम खेल गए।
तो आंटी आपके साथ भी एक स्क्वाड अप हो जाए?
हाँ, आ जाओ।
इस रमजान अपने स्क्वाड की गेम से बनो किसी की भलाई का मजबूत जरिया और खेलो सिर्फ दिल जीतने के लिए।
Welcome back, guys, and we are yet again back on the desk of PMPL Pakistan 2023, and this is post-match 3 for day 4. Hey Hana, again, a very close call for XGeneration. What do you have to say for the guys surviving out there?
I don't know. I mean, I'm having a lot of hopes for XGeneration since the beginning, but it just seems like chicken is not made for them. It's not working out. But yeah, QR, oh my god, I am impressed. Senior is outstanding. I mean, that last fight, there was much more damage dealt on Senior before he even invested into taking shots, and once he started, he was so accurate. It resulted in complete elimination in no time at all. Thug had the boulder advantage to go back into cover every single time. He had the advantage of having more HP at the time the fight began. But Senior just made the best out of it, and that's how you see a great player. That's how they play. That's how they, keep on collecting more and more frag points for themselves and the team. This is a great start, and for once, seems like the curse has been lifted. Now I can actually predict future.
it was never been in the place, the first place. I would say that you were just shooting your shots in the dark, and kind of sometime or most of the time it was hitting on the right place.
Okay.
But in this case, I must say XGeneration. Who knows? Maybe their vegetarian chicken is not something for them. But Team Quantum Rage, they didn't let this opportunity, drop from their hands, and that's what we were expecting from them. But talking about the top players of this match, we have a variety on the board where Senior with 9 eliminations, 1300 plus damage. Then we have Blade with 7 eliminations. Then moving forward, we have Thug, the final standing player from XGeneration. Then we have Team BABLU's Pichaku. I'm saying Pikachu on Pichaku on purpose because I love the way this guy is, in real life, in person as well. And Pichaku with 4 eliminations, 612 damage. And then Evil Boy, definitely an evil dude. The way he confirmed those elimination points on freestyle, 4 eliminations, 500 damage, and 18 minutes of survival. So,
Oh god.
a kind of, you can say, a short survival, but the way he performed, especially for his team, it was more clinical.
This looks like senior board. This is not even a best impact in the game board. It's senior board. Look at that. Most frags, most damage, most assists. This guy was busy all through. This guy was wicked all through, and as expected, QR did deliver. So not disappointed at all there, and so happy to see Quantum Rage come up like this. Because so in the first week, I did start feeling like, okay, this team just does nothing, and then suddenly shows up and takes a chicken home with zero impact in the beginning of the rounds, and then just trying to start to scrape their way back towards the end of it. But now that they have started shifting their playstyle a little, I'm seeing them being aggressive all the way from the start to the end. I'm happy with their performance, and I'm expecting more and more every day. They keep becoming more and more likable for me going further.
Yeah, and rightly said so, because the way these guys are playing, especially the kind of mindset they are displaying on the battlefield, looks like there is a plan, there is an intent of execution, and most of the time these plans and execution work in their favor. But this time around, the way they started, they kept themselves holding on to that position where Team XGeneration ended up taking 2 of their players down. They confirmed Team R3G right there on that position. They somewhat neutralized the attack from HR, and also they took down 2 of the players from XGeneration, even in the process where they were on kind of a disadvantage. But this looks like the recipe for a champion team, where even on the low end they are not going for that easy elimination, getting eliminated with that ease, and they're still fighting back, which is something I really like about these guys. But Quantum Rage, GG's guys, GG's overall. But let's have a look at our leaderboard for this week, where there's been few changes, and some of these changes are on top, where Team Agon Excite already crossed the mark of 200 points in their 14 matches. Even they haven't got the chicken dinner in the previous game. They were looking very promising with the way they were playing, especially the way Team Agon Excite was keeping themselves busy all along throughout the battlefield, hunting down the players in a fashion which everyone else there like about them. But overall, I'm really liking it so far. The way they're keeping themselves on the top with this kind of lead. Looks like it's difficult for R3G to just even catch up somewhere close by. But on the second page, we have Team Star with 61 points. It was a good start for them in this week, but so far looks like they're again falling for those positions which we most of the time see them on the leaderboard. On the other side, 52 Esports with slight improvement. Team H2E also struggling with their momentum. Team Tough, also not good to see them here on the second page. Then we have the Faulty Devils, Freestyle, Team QWERTY. Since yesterday I was hoping they will improve, but 3 of those matches, everything is not going for their good. And every time I see them in the pictures, either Poltrix or Chief OG just surviving on a solo track, and the rest of the team is eliminated. So looks like Team QWERTY will be missing out some of those bonus points this week. But overall, I'm really liking the way some of these teams are performing today, including Magnus Esports and XGeneration as well. What would you say about XGeneration? Because seeing their situation, the way they started the PMPL journey, and even in every match, it's the same thing going on. In the initials, they are just obliterating the oppositions, and at the end, they're just left with only few players, which somewhat it makes it difficult for them to survive and go for that chicken dinner.
I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like XGeneration definitely has the ability to dominate the battleground as far as they want to, but they do lose quite a few players in trying to be aggressive. And I've been saying this since the beginning that they do have great individual plays, but I'm not seeing the whole team come together as one and take some fights in an organized way. And that lack of organization, that lack of structure going into the fights definitely puts them at a, back foot whenever they fight against teams which are great at doing that exactly. I mean, Seventh Element does that pretty well. We see even Agonex I8 and Quantum Rage being really great at that. Even Reggie side, actually, in that team, I do feel like the individual plays are not as much on point as the other ones that I already named. But the team structure from their side also is very, very well delivered. However, one team that I feel like has a little lesser on the communication between the team, but much more polished individual plays is 3x, and even they are able to make their name into the top. But I do not see XGeneration being able to do the same, and that just puts me in a place where I'm like, okay, I don't know what's really happening here with the team, but whatever it is, they need to fix it instantly because this doesn't look good. However, the one team that has shocked me the most today on the leaderboard is North Esports. They are all the way onto 20th position. Even HellRaisers beat them. How?
Yeah, HellRaisers,
How?
I can say they're not that bad, but the kind of track record so far in the PMPL looks like HellRaisers have, gained a name for themselves, on the lower end, but overall, North Esports, again, it's just a matter of a few bad performances, and you will be left alone down there in the darkest pits of the lower bottom four of the leaderboard, which nobody wants to be there for quite some time. But 3 matches are done. We are going into our 4th match of the day, which is again Erangel. It could be a good match for some of these teams. Especially, I'm looking forward to the performance of Agon X8 because they've been consistent since their first match of the day, and
Yes.
by now it's time for them to go for that chicken dinner which they've been eyeing on for quite some time. But as Erangel, it will open up the ground for everyone. It could be XGeneration, it could be Quantum Rage once again. We are seeing some patterns happening, so it could be a pattern for Quantum Rage as well. Winning 2 of the matches back to back. But again, what does 7 Element have for us? Because I'm anxiously waiting. It's the final match for them, and if they somewhat go on the same kind of kill spree, same kind of domination spree, it will be an early exit for them as well. But here's the start of our match, and plane path is on our screen, Anna.
Well, yes, the plane path is very eastward this time. It's gonna go from under Stalwart all the way to Sosnovoka military base. And I mean, military base is definitely Agonex I8's home ground, so we're waiting to see them drop there. That's just one thing that we can be always certain of. Team Star is having quite a fly because they do love being at Severny, and they're going very much towards the same direction. But yeah, I mean, I am expecting QR to take a double. I am wanting for them to take this one again and be like ruling Erangel as of right now. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I want QR to take this map, and for the next one, I want it to be either Regicide or Team BABLU, because like these two teams, they've given good performance, but they're still not in a solidified position yet. So I'm wanting for these teams to actually go ahead and have more cushioning for themselves going further. But yeah, these are the teams I'm looking out for right now. But at the same time, look at the circle. Oh my god! Where is the land? Where is the land? I would really need binoculars to find myself a position where I can stay and be safe, because there is no area to survive on. This is water. And
This is
it's
water.
all
I am
water.
under the water. It will be a story for most of these teams out there, and they'll be calling out from the bottom, "Hello, I'm under the water." So, joke aside, guys, there is no land to play, and Sanhok Military Island so far in the holds of H2E and Team Aegon XI8. So, slight change of plans from HR as well. I'm not sure what HR was thinking, as Team QWERTY, I believe, is not in the mix. That's why they ended up in Lipovka and Mansion Prison area, because otherwise it would be a different story for them. Because Team QWERTY is pretty good around their drop locations, but XGeneration in the shelter, it could be a possible start where Team XGeneration will go for an aggressive stance against Team HR. But we are seeing some heat markers where H2E versus R3G is happening pretty early in the match, and R3G already lost one of their players, which is Vaz, and they'll be continuing their match with 3 players standing. But looking on the other side, R3G realizing that they are being gate kept, they are going for their drop location multi, and they'll loot and wait for the time where they can push forward and eventually get on to the Sanhok Military Island, where everybody, I believe, is going for the party in a moment or so. But rest of the teams, they have no clue which side to go, and having no clue, looks like Team BABLU is making sure that they serve the guys that are clueless with some good shots their way. And seems like Team TG, they have to get to Prayer Mosque, do their ritual, so they can have a good start of their match.
Well, we did see BABLU go for a different spot in the last Erangel that they played. They were literally going all the way up to where 52 Esports drops. That's like near George Paul. They generally like to be at Ferry Pier, but I was shocked by the drop location choice of theirs. But yeah, they are on Ferry Pier again. And the Grounders are definitely the team that they try to battle first, and the Grounders are also going to be trying to make sure that they relocate themselves, not invest in a fight with a man loss already, while they do not even have enough healing to get their sad boy, back on feet. I mean, that's really sad for him going forward into the game. So
Yeah,
this
the
is
guy
not
is
looking like the
feeling
best
sick.
position. Yeah, I get it.
He's low in health. He's low in health and kind of feeling that sickness which he got from those shots coming his way from Team BABLU. But H2E, they know what kind of opportunity they are holding on to, because this is where they'll be confirming most of their frags, and looks like XGeneration could be another team that could fall into the tricks and into the all the setup that H2E have for teams that are trying to pass onto Sanhok Island using that bridge. But let's see what XGeneration have in their mind. Looks like the plan is there. They are looking forward to continue. H2E is just ready with his M416. It will be a difficult one for them, but not that difficult. Looks like the intel is being passed on. Look at Bashir with that utility. Oh my goodness, that was a close call. But Asad on the other end, he's just waiting for the time where XGeneration player will commit onto the staircase and eventually will get knocked out. But this off angle that Rex has with his mini 14, he managed to knock one player down and will definitely confirm the knock. But Shami on the other side giving some more damage. XGeneration Thug is also knocked out, and it's time where A2E have a clear-cut advantage. But look at this, Asad is making sure Alpha Boy gets more damage coming this way. But Tarzan on the other side, he was facing Shami, which is a difficult task to do for any of the players out there. But this time around, Tarzan is anxiously waiting for that revival coming his way. But Shami and Alpha Boy still surviving. Shami somewhat realizing that the position that he's holding on to is a risky one, so he's changing his position, and that's where once H2E will revive one of their players, it will be a difficult situation for XGeneration to survive. But look at this, Shami is pushing forward. He's deploying that smoke. He want to have that vehicle for himself so they can escape right away from the situation. But Vengeance will take down another one, and it's Shami versus the rest of the whole team of H2E, and that's where H2E will be pushing forward. Shami with that intent of giving some fight back to the players of H2E is pushing forward. Shami realizing that it's time where he have to revive his fallen comrade as well and go for the fight. But he is somewhat, I feel like, is going for the fight rather than going for revival. And he gave some damage to Rex. Rex is half HP. Tarzan is also healing. But the moment Tarzan will heal himself, it's a done and dusted situation for Team XGeneration.
Well, Shami was definitely late to the party when trying to revive the comrade, and well, that's definitely going to result in some damage
Look
for him.
at
But
this.
no, he just turns the tables around. Rex has already been taken down. It's going to be a 1v1. He is trying to decide between reviving or fighting.
Oh,
But well, there
GG's,
it
man.
is. The great use of Nade. Just going to shut him down. And XGeneration, a team that literally made it to top 2 the last time, this time leaves the lobby first. Somewhere they could be first, so congratulations.
Yup, and there's a third party on the players of H2E, and this time around is T70 Talk to Saugers with confirming 2 of those eliminations, and looks like Team 7 Element have some plans for H2E, but GG's once again, the great execution coming from H2E overall with their bridge camp, but unfortunately they got some more attention from the surrounding, and that's where the problem starts. But H2E with 2 of their players surviving definitely will be looking for some more survival strats. They'll be eyeing for a good position in the circle so they can survive for quite some time. But 7E with their positioning, with their way they're waiting on those teams that are trying to cross, it looks like Team 7E will get some more successes in the coming few minutes, as our 3G is already eyeing to cross the bridge. Then we have Team TFT at the back, 141 official at the back, that are also lining up to cross the bridge, so it will be difficult for them. But look at Team Aegon Xi, they're already dead center. They're just waiting for the moment where all of these teams have to come to them and they can have to pick those elimination points on them. But Blue Zone is pushing every team on the main island to just make sure to cross onto the Sonoma Community Island as soon as possible, otherwise it will be too late. And once the Blue Zone damages too much, it's hard for you to just hold on inside the Blue Zone for long to just have a fight. But 70 on the other side lost another player, which is something I wasn't expecting in this situation.
I just realized something. Ehsan, hear me out. Okay, we do have a fight in hands. It's TFD versus QR. QR is gonna win this. Let's move forward. Okay, so Ehsan, hear me out.
Yep. Go
7th
ahead.
element on the periodic table is nitrogen. Okay,
Yeah.
I just confirmed. Shivansh was talking about it, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't talk about it further. But yeah, it is nitrogen.
I was laughing when you guys were having this discussion because I really, we somewhat used to remember periodic table in the school with these few rhymes that we used to have. So
Yeah.
in this, so doing that, definitely nitrogen was the 7th element. He was
Exactly.
right, and I was laughing, while I was listening to all this. But yeah, it could be
Right.
the reason why seventh
No, but
element.
here's the thing.
Yeah,
Their logo looks very icy, doesn't it? Like it's
yeah.
right, and nitrogen is the cool element. They are a cool team. That's the reason
Yes.
Tokusaurus just drives around in that car everywhere collecting style points. Oh my god, my mind is blown. This team is doing exactly what the name suggests.
Yeah, also, and the pace they have on the overall leaderboard looks like they are on nitro. So yeah, surely everything is falling in place for the play style, the way they're performing. Everything is pointing out into the direction that they are the 7th element. So looking forward, let's see how far they can go with this nitro speed. But 141 official, Team Tough, and QR, they are in a mix. All 3 teams fighting for the same spot. They just want to cross the bridge, but they're not coming to an agreement who will step on the bridge first, and that's what their problem starts. And it is breaking down into a full-fledged fight between three of these teams. Team Tough Solo Survivor is still there, and 1-for-1 official. Another player is down, and the JD is going his way, risking his life, trying to cross from the bridge, and that's where Team QR will confirm more elimination points for themselves. So total of 4, now 1-for-1 officials are left with only 2 players surviving. QR Spark is somewhat, he is chasing those players, and the moment 1-for-1 official players are in the right place, in the right play area, they can turn things around on the players of Team QR. But Team Tough Joker, he's still surviving. He just want to give some revenge, get some revenge, and vengeance is kicking in for Team Tough, and QR Halsey would be the victim this time around. But look at this late rotation coming from the players of Team Tough, and the moment TFT realizes there is a knock player in the way, they just change the plan, and now they are holding onto their position for some time.
Well, Team Tough, whether they do anything else or not, they do send Joker Sir in with really cool t-shirts. He came in with SpongeBob one day and then Pikachu one day, and I'm like, okay buddy, great job there. I just want to see him painting people red very soon, so waiting for that one. But like, yeah, I mean, this is looking great. I'm liking the way this match is going. This is getting me literally on the edge of my seat. Ooh, BABLU Pikachu, you gotta be safe. You gotta be really safe. He's literally out in the open. He has cover. He has teammates right next to him, but it's gonna be difficult.
I'm telling you, you have to least worry about this guy, because Pikachu, he can take care of himself. He's a grown-up adult. But talking about HR, things are getting worse for them. Ash playing his, I believe, second match of this PMPL, and this guy have 2 elimination in his backpack, but he won't be happy for quite some time. And 52 Esports will put an end to his lovely time out there, and this is where 52 Esports decides to move forward to the military island. But 1-for-1 officials, 2 of their players are surviving, or is it 3 of their players are surviving? Looks like 3 of their players are surviving, which is in itself a big surprise. But overall, 1-for-1 official, they managed to get onto the Sosnovka military island. It looks like they were pretty much stopped by the bouncers, QR, but they just skipped the whole thingy, and now they're on the military island, want to join the party against all these teams surviving. But Freestyle is nearby. Team TG is holding on to the shorelines. H2E is in the close quarters as well. But QR, after they have somewhat realized it's time to move on, because it will be difficult for them to hold on to the military island once the circle will go out from there, and that's where the problem starts. Most of these teams which are holding outside of Sosnovka military island, military base, are just waiting for that opportunity where they can go ahead and give some damage to the players leaving. But look at Team Star, what just happened? The whole Team Star got eliminated to the blue zone. Is this PMPL happening?
Oh god. Team Star literally was in the need of 8th element. They needed some oxygen to breathe.
Oh,
they didn't get any.
Oh my god. Oh my god, looks like we are in a chemistry class, but I'm loving it.
We have great chemistry in the game casting, so it just makes sense to go ahead with that one. But like, yeah, the first element and the 8th element together made life difficult for them, because they were inside the water, which is H2O. So yeah, okay, I'm literally reciting the periodic table at this point. I should go back to class very soon.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It just made me remind one of my chemistry teacher in the college. She was a rude one, because I got rusticated twice while I was in second year.
I don't think it's because she was rude. It's probably because you were making a lot of mischief, and I can believe you being one of the naughty kids at class.
Yeah, you can say that. I used to attend very few of her classes, and that's what something pissed her off, and she took out my name like twice maybe. But I was a troublemaker outside, but at home I was the the guy with the focus on the studies, but I didn't let my parents know that I was rusticated. But in the meanwhile, while we are telling the story, it's Team H2E leaving, for the lobby, and another team biting the dust afterwards, and it's TFT also leaving right after them. But 7E with 6 elimination in their backpack, looks like 7E have a plan. TFT, 2 of their players are still surviving, but 7E with 6 elimination in their backpack, looks like 7E want to have a good number going for them. But Tough Joker, even with his utility, when he got eliminated, he made sure FS Black will also leave with him to the lobby, and with the utility he confirms that elimination point. But look at the Faulty Devil. It's time for them to go for the circle, and that's where Team 7E has been waiting for them, and it will be difficult for them to survive, but somehow they managed to survive. 7E and Team TG, now they are crossing path, and TG Evil Boy will get confirmed as well. So 7E, they have positioned themselves on the eastern edge, and so far this positioning is working out for them, but QR is in nearby proximity, and that will make things difficult for 7E in the coming moments.
Well, it's definitely looking like there's a lot that needs to be corrected for quite a few teams. I mean, the grounders have been grounded already. That does not seem like a team that can survive any longer. TFD is literally left with 1 player surviving. There was no revival time left for the player, and he's gonna be having to run around solo like a rat. I mean, it's just matter of time before some cheese is served, and he'll just get picked in a cheesy manner. However, oh, look at that. Just as I said, Divine has his crosshair right position, right time, but there's a bigger fish that he needs to worry about. The whole team of 7th Element is gonna be in the crosshair for QR, and QR again is one of the best contenders for the chicken this time. They are one I'm rooting for, but I'm not gonna be unhappy if it's 7th Element either.
Yeah, but now QR somewhat gave out their position, and this is where 7E will be more alert. Meanwhile, we were discussing 7 Element versus QR. Team BABLU left for the lobby against Team R3G. The solo survivor is still there, but it will be difficult because the kind of circle we are seeing, it will be difficult for any of the solo survivors out there to survive, because there are many teams with 4-man standing. But moving forward, 7 Element, after changing their position, now they will go for TFD Leon and will confirm that elimination point for themselves. Just trying to check there is no one around before they go for their attack, but 7E is low on HP. They can possibly lose their player here, but QR will have least vision on them, and that's where 7E will be on the safer side. But Team Aegon X-Side with 4-man standing still in the mix. Team 52 Esports with the full 5 squad. 7E with highest number of eliminations still surviving, and once Divine will confirm another frag point on TFD Leon, it will be a double digit for 7th Element. But we are left with only top 6 teams. 17 players are still surviving. 2 of them are the solo survivors, and rest of the teams are kind of fully intact. But there you go, Tokusaurus possibly will take down 4-4, and that's where 52 Esports will lose their first player in this match.
Well, I mean, if 7th Element is surviving with all players, there's no other team that can survive with all players, because we know what they do. They run around, they collect information, they capitalize on that information. It's like the information is their ammo. It's like they don't even need guns. They can just find out where people are, drive to them, and punch them through. I mean, I haven't seen them acquire punch kills yet, but yeah, their frags happen with the cars all the time. It's like their cars are not made of rubberized wheels. It's literally spikes fit into the car. They just love to run over, and it's just so impressive to watch all those style points, all those coolness points coming in their way. It's great. Ooh, QR is definitely going to be helping 7th Element one way or another, because they are going to be picking up the fight against Aegon X8. You missed him. Oh, okay, you found him again. Missed again. Never mind.
Yep, looks like 52 Esports now, they have to bite the bullet that they're only left with few of their surviving players, and it's Jalad only which is surviving. And I'm afraid this time around he won't be able to execute anyone out there, because there have been too many players surviving for all those teams. But Jalad, the solo survivor for 52 Esports, let's see how long he will be staying outside. And the moment he will decide to leave his position, Team 7th Element already have their eyes on the target and definitely will confirm that elimination point for themselves. But Team 7E, they are keeping themselves busy, and which is kind of, I believe, the reason why they've been so successful with their numbers that they have aggregated for themselves in this match. But Divine confirming another elimination is the 11th one, and it's just a matter of time where 7E will confirm another one for themselves, and it will be a 12 elimination points total for them. So still, it's the team count is still 6, but the player count is dropping down. We just lost 3 of the players in a moment, and now we have 3 solos. 52 Esports Jalad, now he have to move. And 7E Divine, he's waiting for that moment. Let's see if 52 Esports Jalad will deny his elimination point, or it will be an otherwise situation. But TFT Leon, he is attracting too much attention to himself, and that's where the problem can start for him.
He is an attention-seeking man. Oh my god, look at the number of frag grenades he has. He already used about 5, I guess, and he still has 7 remaining. This is his way of going out, like with a boom altogether. I mean, he's literally tossing nades everywhere around. I'm like, give me a break, dude. You have way too much utility to actually capitalize on. You have no idea where people are, but you're tossing it left and right. It's like you're celebrating Diwali. It's just bombs everywhere. It's bombs everywhere. I don't get it at all. But I'm really impressed with the number of utilities he's carrying. I mean, he still has 7 left. How does he still have 7 left? I mean, I didn't see T24 OP pop anyone yet, and he has only 6. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
man.
I guess that's it.
Yeah, the reason why the guy had some hands on 2 to 3 crates coming from I believe Team BABLU and other teams as well. But looks like the problem has just started. 7E losing 2 of their players in the mix. One of their players is knocked out, and right away confirmed by the players of Aegon Excite. Utility is being dumped. AI8 versus Team 7E. It will be a sight to see, but looks like Aegon Excite just using their experience at this moment, and will shortly confirm the final player, which is Ashad from 7E, and Aegon Excite is pushing forward. Ghost is pushing forward. Some of the damage is being served from QR, and within no time 7E will leave for the lobby, and this time around Aegon Excite will confirm all of those elimination points for themselves. But look at this, Team 2R with the plan. They are pushing forward, and looks like they are going for the shack. They are going for that solo player, but good improvisation by Leon. He didn't sat in just for no reason, letting the teams to push on, but there's more utility coming their way. Team QR will lose their players, and it's time for that revenge. It's where the Team Aegon Excite want to take revenge for the previous match, where Team QR confirmed their 2 players and ended up winning the chicken dinner. But Team QR, Senior, what just happened, Senior? Where are you? Why are you leaving? Why are you running? That's the question Team Aegon Excite asking. But Goku is still there, and I believe it will be difficult for him to survive solo in this situation.
Well, I'm liking the positioning on Team QR, but they are definitely going to have to move out of there very, very quickly. The circle is going to squeeze them in, and that's not going to be the best position. However, the blame for, 7th Element getting completely eliminated is definitely on QR. They had their crosshair set on us. They did not fire. They waited patiently. They are definitely securing some more position points right now, but it does not seem like they helped 7E at all when it seemed like they could. But I guess that's it in this battlefield. One man for himself, every single man for himself. But yeah, that's what happens when you do not support your fellow teammates, when you do not support your fellow teams. That's what happens. You get Aegon X8 coming behind your back to bite you hard, leaving those teeth marks all around. Anyways, 4v2v1. Regicide will definitely make it into the top 2, because I know Aegon X8, they do want to focus on QR first. That is just the way they play. But right now IQ is knocked, and Regicide is the one that is creating that room for themselves. in this mix, Regicide is gonna get eliminated. Okay, yeah, if you start poking the lion, there is definitely gonna be some more roarback coming in from the rest of the team. But with that knock, it's still Egonix I8 with the man count advantage. They do have all the
go
advantage that
GG's.
they need, but there are nades coming in, crossing all the way. Blade
Oh,
has been taken
GG's.
out, but still Egonix I8 goes ahead, takes the chicken for themselves, and this is not gonna be a repeated pattern for QR. This is a callback home for them because Egonix I8 is never leaving the lobby without having at least one meal that they can share.
Yeah, GG's, and again, a good execution coming from the side of QR as well. They managed to keep themselves in the top positions after all, which is, again, good momentum going on for them, and I'm really liking it. But again, as you said, rightly so, it's very rare and it's really difficult for teams to just let it go against Team Aegon XI8. But guys, we'll discuss this after a short break. Don't go anywhere.
इस रमज़ान पबजी मोबाइल के साथ बांटें अच्छाइयाँ ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन खेलें सिर्फ दिल जीतने के लिए
Welcome back, guys. After a short break, make sure you squad up during this Ramadan and win your hearts with PUBG Mobile. Hey Hana, a winner chicken dinner coming from Aegon XI8 at last. And after 2 consecutive matches with good number of elimination points and placement points, here we go. Chicken is served.
Absolutely, the dinner is definitely going to be on the tables, but I wasn't wanting this. I'm sorry to say this, but I wasn't wanting this. They very well deserve it. I'm not saying they don't.
Yep.
But it just makes it so much difficult for the rest of the teams to even have hopes of coming back up. They're already leading with such great numbers. It's going to make life so difficult for the rest of the teams. Specifically, think about this. If you are HellRaisers,
Yep.
I think
There's no chance. Wow,
yeah,
we
if
just,
I was that down below in the leaderboard and I was seeing a team being so amazing and outstanding, I would have already started marching myself out into hell by now. But like great
Yeah.
performance though. Great performance. I was expecting 7th element though. By the last few circles, I had started feeling like they could actually go ahead and grab themselves a chicken. It's been a while since they had a meal. They must be hungry. But they'll have to continue with the fast as of now because the chicken is taken. It's taken by Agonix
Yeah.
I8.
Yeah, it's better to fast. It helps you gain some self-control, and that's much needed for 7th element because the moment they start feeling themselves, it's very hard for them to control on the battlefield for their emotions, the way they're just pushing forward, the way they're taking those fights. But again, it was Team Aegon XI8. They tried their best. The players, their experience is minimal, and even with that kind of experience, they managed to take one of the players down, but they couldn't confirm that elimination point on Aegon XI8. But GG's to the players of 7th element, the way they are performing early on with 3 eliminations, 529 damage. Then we have T24 OP. The guy is definitely OP with that haircut. With 4 eliminations, 615 damage. Then we have Noki keeping himself relevant in the mix with 4 elimination points. And Senior, how can you forget about this guy when QR is not in the top position? Definitely Senior have some sort of hand in it with 425 damage, 3 eliminations, 25 minutes of survival. So Team Quantum Rage, another consistent performance for them. But talking about the summary, it's more of the top remaining players summary, which is Team Aegon XI8 with 5 elimination, most going for Uzum. Then we have highest damage going to Uzum. Then highest assist going to Ashad. Looks like the rest of his teammates been stealing those kills. And Leon OP with highest healing done. I'm not sure what time he was doing that healing, because most of the time we have seen this guy busy playing with that utility that he had a lot on his hand, which
Oh God,
is
that was
at the
quite
end
a
of the day, when you have toys to play, Why look for other entertainments?
But yeah, even excited right up there with 12 eliminations,
Oh my
makes their
God.
place as the first position with 22 total points. But look at 7th Element. They did not make it to the top 3. They were in fact 5th in the standing.
Yep.
But the number of elimination points they had made it all the way to 2nd position. And I am proud of this team and also a little bit of myself for cracking the code. They're definitely a cool team. I'm putting my bet on it. They're definitely a cool one. Whether they take the chicken or not, whether they have some food or not, they're definitely a cool team.
Definitely, the nitro is kicking in. The way they're performing looks like, it's an excessive supply of nitro for the day, and these guys are utilizing it. They just don't want to leave it for the for tomorrow, because they don't believe there is a tomorrow. Nobody have seen tomorrow.
True.
But
true.
we're hoping to see the tomorrow, guys, as it's the final day of the league plays, and
One more weekendy.
one more weekendy as an extra match that we will be witnessing, and from there forward we will see which are those top 16 teams which will be ending up in the finale, the real game, the real prize pool run for all these teams. But we'll have a look on the schedule, and looks like it's time for some vegetarian map, which is Sanhok. I'm seeing a smile on the face of Heyana. Heyana is a vegetarian herself. Don't feel pity about her, but this is a recent development, guys. It's something I'm sharing personally. But Heyana, it's a vegetarian map. What would you say about Sanhok? What are you expecting? Some blood or some corn syrup?
I'm expecting hell a lot of blood. I'm expecting
That's not
the
something
whole
vegetarians
green
say.
map. Oh, it's beetroot crush. It's beetroot
Oh,
crush.
yeah.
We have beetroot has a lot of hemoglobin, so it can compensate for the whole thing. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see the whole map turn into a red land today, because this is great. Oh my god, wait a second. Okay, let me step back a little bit.
Total ranking.
Okay, 85 points.
Almost, yes. You can say
That's the difference.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I guess that's what we're rolling with.
Yeah.
I mean,
see the difference.
I'm losing hopes for any of the team to even try and touch Agon X8 going further, because like 85 points in 5 matches that remain, and for some teams it's gonna be just 4. That's a lot. That's quite a lot. You have to be super consistent to try and get that, and not only consistent, you have to be good consistent. You can't be just like, oh, I'm getting 10 points each game. No. You need more than that. You need much more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. And the worst problem is that it's gonna be Agon X8 who is gonna make sure that you do not get more than 10 points, because I mean, half the lobby is swept up by them. Then half the lobby is taken care of by the 2nd and 3rd position holders. What is even left for the rest of them? I don't see. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's not just the 85 points you have to cover up for. There's a lot more in between, because Icon X8 is not stopping yet. They do have 5 matches to go for, and they're just gonna make sure they keep getting more and more points. Like, they do have at least a 7 every single time we've seen them, at least since the last 2 days. If they keep making even just 7 for the next 5, that's 35 more points. And this is the only difference between them and Regicide. The rest of them have to work even more.
Yeah.
Things
It's
are
getting
set in
difficult.
stone. Yeah,
It's
very,
getting difficult.
very.
It's getting difficult, and seems like, as you said, most of the teams have already lost their hope for the first position. I know it's something out of reach, but in the bonus point distribution, it doesn't make much of a difference, because at the end of the day,
That's true.
you will get only 1 extra bonus point for all the work you have done. So I feel like a little sorry for Agon X8 and the way these guys been putting all that effort on the battleground. But
Makes
it's good to have, it's good to have. It gives you the confidence. It gives you all of that much needed consistency, much needed momentum that is required for the finale. Because if you're eyeing for that $7,000, you better be good. You better be very good.
Absolutely. And not only that, I mean, it's not just about the confidence for Equinix I8, it's also about the fear that they're building for all the other teams. I mean, right now, if you told me that I had to fight another person who was the same weight as me, which is like 110 kgs, I'm not that heavy, I'm just kidding. But like,
Yeah.
if they had all muscle mass and I had all fat, I would be scared to death to even stand up against that person. And I think that's the same position that Equinix I8 is putting all the other teams in, because they have great frag numbers, great placement numbers, a humongous number of chicken dinners. I mean, they are not only playing, they are also eating well enough after the games with those chickens lined up in their trays that they're ready
Yep.
for you. You must be exhausted because you haven't had even one chicken in the whole 2 week series. But then there's another team that has 6 already, and they're just gonna punch your faces out of it. It's gonna be so damn difficult to stand against them. They're literally crippling people with fear. I mean, if I was against them and I knocked a person from their side, I would back out. I wouldn't even charge in and take the fight for the remaining time, because I'd be scared that they are gonna just roast me onto a burning barbecue.
Yeah, man, it's the same feeling you get that it's your boxing debut, and the ringman calls out, okay, the opposition is this guy. His name is Aegon XI. The track record is 32 wins, and out of those 32, 31 came with a knockout, and you'll be like scared to death. And that's the kind of similar situation as being painted for all of these teams out there after this week performance coming from Aegon XI. The way they cemented themselves, especially with this kind of consistency that they have gained this week, looks like there's a special order coming from their coach Trinda all the way, just to make sure we put forward the statement to all of those guys out there that we are still best. Don't just count us out, we are still the best. And with this kind of performance, I feel like rest of the lobby, they're eyeing for that second position. They're not even considering in the finals that we will get the first position. So pretty much every calculation the teams are making is on that $4,600, I guess, on the second spot. And looks like they have to share, and all of these teams are not aiming for the first spot. Look in the situation, the way I8 is performing. But Ayana, fingers crossed. Let's see what we have in our finale, because it's a 3-day gameplay, and it will be difficult for Aegon XI8 if they don't start well, because most of these teams like R3G, 7E, XGeneration, they have the momentum going for them. Even if they're not on the top position, they are still performing well.
That's right. However, my pick has literally changed. I mean, I had wanted to see R3G or Team BABLU going in for this one. I wanted to see Sanhok being delivered to one of those teams so that we can see a little more bump coming in from their side, a little more, leap of faith coming in from their side. But right now, with the way we saw the Cool Gang perform today, I want Seventh Element to have a chicken for themselves. But wait a second. I mean, didn't you just land? Excuse me? What is the survival time gonna look like for these players? 20 seconds?
But looks like if we will be able to see the stats, this is the story that could possibly happen for the players of 52 Esports. But in the kill feed, Talisman is out. TFT getting the first knock from the Magnus Esports. But in this way situation, NES Nightmare just want to get that vector, that speedy gun, just to thrash around some of the players of 52 Esports. It is kind of a coordinated push coming from Not Esports. Maxi on the other side taking down Jalad, but Hassan will take down Maxi as well. Maxi will be confirmed, and Fofu will take another player down from Not Esports. It's not working out for Not Esports. Iron will take down. Not takedown, it's a surprise coming from the side of Fofu with his Uzi, confirming another player from North Esports. And by the time Hassan will revive Jalad, it will be difficult for NES Arif to go against 3 of these guys. But Hassan is pushing forward. Jalad is giving them this favor that, oh man, leave me, go ahead and confirm that final elimination, and we will talk later, and we'll go ahead and revive me afterwards. But there you go, North Esports is out of the mix, and it's time where we can see North Esports is not gonna get anything this week. But TFT versus Magnus Esports then is not looking like a vegetarian at this very moment, but he is going in with that snaky style. And there you go, be confirming another player of Team TFT. And TFT, after losing their players, looks like there are only two of them left. Leon on the other side, and it's a big split between both of these players. So looks like Magnus will be confirming some more elimination points for themselves.
Well, Magnus definitely does want all of it because they are a strong team, but still aren't looking like they have a great standing in the overall leaderboard just yet. They would want to make sure that they can get as many as possible points up there so that they can afford to enter the finals with a great advantage over the other teams. Because, well, take a look at I8. I mean, they were at 5th or 6th position in the first week, but now they are literally on the first and they are ruling that position like anything. I mean, okay, my bad. I shouldn't have compared with I8 because that's just a way too high mountain to reach. It's just difficult. But in any case, talking about our teams, they do all have quite some caliber. But right now, they do have
Just
weapons.
Just imagine what JD is thinking at this moment. Just imagine what he's feeling right now, because the way, oh my goodness, JD just turned around things on Team Magnus Esports, and Magnus Esports lost one of their players in the process. That's where the problem starts. You know, this is not something you do when you have to deal with only one player, and ended up getting two of your players knocked out, and one of them is confirmed, which is again not a good thing for Magnus Esports, because they are aiming for the top position, and if you're losing your players like this, it just, you know, takes the confidence out of the mix, and it will be difficult for you to go against a 4-man standing squad. But TFT, only one player surviving, Leon OP. He was slightly far from his team and could possibly be, you know, a target for Team Star, as they're in the close proximity outside Paradise Resort. Negative Esports, they're doing that edgy rotation, which is kind of helping them to survive right now. But how long they will survive, that's the question, because the track record says otherwise. It's really difficult for them to even survive long time in Sanhok. But 141 officials, they have a good formation outside, very close to R3G. R3G is on the lower end, but seeing this situation, looks like 141, they're not gonna get anything to shoot at this very moment. They're just waiting for the right time. But a good start to the match. NES with only 1 point left for the lobby. TFD pretty close to that moment as well, and Magnus Esports and 52 Esports with a good start.
Okay, so Ehsan, hear me out. Here's what I want from the game. I mean, my brain just connects way too many dots which are unrelated completely and builds up stories for itself. So that's exactly
It's
what
the
it
time
has
of the
done,
day as
looking at
well.
141 officials and looking at the map going south side every single time. This is what
Yeah.
I'm wanting. This is what I'm looking forward to for PUBG Mobile in the future. I want a skin for the bikes, okay?
Yeah.
And I want that skin to be a horse skin.
Oh,
And I
okay.
want a helmet that looks like a cowboy hat.
Oh.
Because the South circles literally remind me of cowboy fights constantly. I literally want to see a couple of teams literally just walking in like countryside fights, standing in front of each other with a couple of revolvers and being like,
Oh my
it is
goodness.
time. Shoo,
And
shoo.
by the way, it's a very good idea, I must say. You should pitch it out to PUBG Mobile for their coming events, because this could be a great adaptation for them. You know, a southern style, maybe a suit, in-game suit, or maybe, you know, a gun skin, or maybe, as you already said, so a bike skin. You know, who knows? Who knows? The guys can do anything, or maybe what we can
Or
do,
maybe I'll
like,
get rejected. What's the harm in asking?
yeah, what's the harm in asking? But it's a good I would say recommendation for the developers out there, because they're always looking for the ideas, and sometimes you get the bright ideas from where you least expect. I apologize for that, but it's a funny
Okay,
thing.
that's quite
It's a
some
funny
burn.
thing. It's a funny thing to say. You know, and you know, already
Did you
know I'm
just
messing.
toss a volley at me?
No,
Because
it
I can
was.
feel the burn.
You know, I was just messing around, but yeah, I never meant to say so, but I was just messing around. Yeah, this is, again, being honest with you, it's a good idea. It could be another adaptation. You know, they've been doing a lot of pharaoh suits and a lot of adaptation from the Egyptian mythology, but they never came up with something, some southern style or Australian cowboy style thingy, and it could be a good adaptation. But what just happened? Where is the guy? Where is finisher?
Back in lobby.
Oh, nice one. The way this guy just, take down one of the players from Team Star. It is a good thing to see, but Magnus Esports, they're pushing forward. Fury is in there, and there's been utility dumped all the way for Team Star to, just hold on to right now. But look at that utility. The way these guys are using these grenades, it is making it difficult for Team Star to hold on to. But Team Star, if they get a knock, Team Magnus Esports is pushing for sure. I can tell you this. But right now, Team Star, they have revived their player, I guess so. And it's time for a 4 versus 3 against Magnus Esports. But both of these teams are trying the same thing, throwing that utility onto each other. And Magnus Esports finisher, being right next to the wall, is giving him some help to survive. But 4 versus 3, Jin is back on his feet. And now it's time where Magnus have to decide which way they want to go, because it will be difficult for finisher to survive here.
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Finisher is on very low HP, surviving just by a hair, and there comes the circle pushing them in. Not working out for them. Not working out for them at all.
Look at Drolin. Look at Drolin, the way he's just sneaking into the mix. It will make things difficult for Team Star, but Drolin is pushing forward. The guy wanna... Oh my goodness, things are turning around on Magnus Esports. It was something they were least expecting at this moment, but Magnus really have that angle. Look at that. These guys are using this angle to their advantage, but this time around couldn't get any value, couldn't get any knocks. But TFD Leon will confirm one player from Team Star, that will be Star Jin, but Team A gone excited. They're pushing on the players of Negative. Zero is there, and Team I8 already knows where the player is, and that's where Negative will lose one of their player. But let's see what's happening in there. Uzum with the utility taking down 2 of the players from Negative Esports. Negative's the final player is still surviving. Uzum with the Molotov will get knocked out, but Zero, where are you leaving, bro? Let's have a talk. Let's have some word exchange, But oh my god, I'm just
These are chasers.
not finding anything to say about this situation. But Team Star versus Team Magnus Esports. Team Star, after losing one of their player, the key player, the star player, Star Jin, and now they're chasing the final surviving player of Magnus Esports. Somewhat Team Star have an idea where the player of Magnus Esports is, and that's the reason why they're eyeing on that boulder where Magnus Esports then is holding on to. But let's see how long Team Star gonna play hop around this boulder, because it will be in a moment of time where 52 Esports can jump into this fight and can damage Team Star in a way they were they won't like it. These surprises most of the time are something these teams don't like much.
I mean, I don't get it. Why are they trying to take this fight? Why? Just run away. You have no healing whatsoever. Not even on any one of your players.
Oh, Destroyers.
Okay. They're literally just looking for a death wish. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Where I wonder you are. Back in the lobby. Back in the lobby is where they're headed. Like, look at this. They have literally no HP remaining. The circle has already crossed over them. They have no health kits available either. And they are in Paradise Resort of all places. A great loot spot, a great fight spot, but it does not have enough healing. This resort does not follow the medical guidelines. I mean, I cannot emphasize this enough. The teams need to realize this is not a fight you want to take. Whew.
Yeah. And look at that. We were expecting Team Star will come across 52 Esports, and looks like Team 52 Esports knocked 2 of the players, eliminated 2 of the players from Team Star, and it's a solo survivor from Star now. On the other side, Team QWERTY, they are pushing forward on the players of 141, which are pretty dispersed, and I'm liking the formation because this will be a big surprise for Team QWERTY, because they will be receiving shots from the side, from the angles where they are already not expecting someone to be there. But Khan is going to the direction where the Molo is being displaced, and now another utility being thrown to the player of Team 141, but Voltrix with the surprise knock, and there you go. Those angles holding by 141 is making things difficult. OG on the Chief OG on the other side, taking one more player down from 141 officials. Pop is pushing forward. You want to confirm those elimination points, but where's the rest of the Team 141 official? Where's the guy? King is still surviving. He's getting some damage. You know, some random sprays coming his way. 7E is also into the mix, and Team QWERTY and Team 141, both of them could be the victim of the wrath from 7 element. Team R3G is also in here. What's happening? All of these teams are just making a trail, one behind other, and which is making things difficult for teams like Team 7E as well. Now they're in the mid of the very situation. Divine also low on HP. Ashad is already confirmed by 141 King. Divine will knock down 141 King, and 141 with this will leave for the lobby. But R3G with the two of their players trying to revive their fallen comrade, Team QWERTY in the meanwhile have revived themselves. But T24OP will take down QWERTY Khan. Team R3G is making sure 7E will get some more treatment, but Team QWERTY, Voltrix will confirm another elimination point on the players of 7E. 7E's solo survivor couldn't survive for much long, and R3G will confirm the elimination point on 7E Tokusaurus, and that's where 7E will leave for this match. But things are still happening. R3G and QWERTY are possible another fight.
Well, there's definitely fights coming in, but I'm not happy with where they're happening. They're literally happening outside the zone. This is not the play area, guys. It literally says play area for the side on the other side of this blue wall that you're standing in. Why are you playing on the other side? This is the wrong side. You're on the wrong side. You're gonna face consequences. Harsh consequences.
Yeah, that's what Team QWERTY is facing right now. Voltrix, again, solo survivor. And it won't be much of the surviving to do because R3G is already pretty close by. And I believe R3G will confirm those elimination points. But R3G have to go into the circle. It's Avenger only left on the other side. Aegon XI8 taking one player down from H2E. Shami will confirm Tough Sad and XGeneration with one more success for themselves. But utility being thrown for 52 Esports. Tough Edgar is in the close proximity. Team Tough have a fair chance of winning this fight because it's a 2 versus 3. But Team Tough is not committing themselves for this fight because in a moment of time there will be a shift in the circle and they might have to reposition. But 52 Esports, somewhat they managed to survive for this long because they've been taking shots from different directions. I've seen Team QR taking some shots on them. Also, we have seen Team TFT Leon was taking some shots on the players of 52 Esports. But now the guys are well coordinated. They're pushing and they're trying to find the players of Team Tough. But Shami will jump into the mix and he will take down another player from 52 Esports.
52 Esports, they're hardly surviving for any breath at all. But I guess it is the time when Team Tough makes the best of it. Jallad, you are gonna be in the wrong crosshair for a minute. However, on the other hand, talking about XGeneration, all 4 men surviving with only 1 frag point. This does not look like the match that they had signed up for because they definitely do not get themselves a chicken no matter what. The things just do not fall in their favor. But right now, it seems like they might just get a few more elimination points before heading back to the lobby. The best contenders that I see as on this time for the teams are Xi8 and QR. However, I would be more than happy to see ToughX get one for themselves as well. QR definitely want to make sure that they don't lose any more players. They are already running on a 3-man squad. They do have only 1 frag to their name, so it was definitely not a good trade losing a player just for 1 other frag that's on your lobby because like you are literally facing 60 other players. Looking back at 52 Esports, they managed to survive, but by how much? It's just 2 players. And XGeneration is literally in the vicinity. They could make life so much difficult for 52 Esports. that they wouldn't even know what hit them. ToughX also has their crosshairs set right on 52 Esports. He literally missed Hassan by a millisecond, and there it is. The shots have come in, but they're not gonna connect because that's just how ToughX plays. Well, there it is. Took them some time, but they've definitely sent 52 back home. 52 Esports, this was the run. This was all there was for you today. But the day moves on with the remaining teams on board. We still have 8 teams, every single one, 9 teams actually. Every single one that has been knocked back into the lobby right now does not have any placement points on themselves. This does not look like an optimal situation for any of the teams that went back home, specifically for the ones that were on the lower side of the leaderboard, because that's just one day remaining. And the climb is high, the climb is steep. But look at XGeneration, a very, very unsuspicious position for themselves. It's literally under the ridge. TFD is definitely going to face them, but that's going to create some noise that is going to attract a lot of attention from the side of Team Tough. Regicide waving us goodbye in the meanwhile. However, XGeneration just keeps on getting stronger and stronger by the time. Haji, no. No. This is not a fight you want to invest in. You're losing HP. You must win this fight because they do not have a way to climb back up into the play area near you. You have the height advantage. You have the best situation, the best possible position for yourselves, and you're still losing HP. You gotta give this fight an end before other teams started putting their crosshairs on your head. XGeneration is gonna be right in front of ToughX, and well, that results in ToughX losing one more player. Just 2 players surviving, and that's not enough. That's not enough when XGeneration has literally all 4s, and that just makes it more and more difficult for every other team to even touch them right now. Team Grounders already outside the circle. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it for long though. The push is coming in. There's a squeeze on the Grounders. They're still having to make their way back into the circle while the circle keeps pushing them further and further beyond their own reach. There's a team right in their vicinity that is trying to make sure that they do not get the opportunity to make their standing into the circle as safely as they want to. And that's just going to result in quite some devastating situations for the side of the Grounders. Quantum Rage, their rage is very well directed, and it looks like it's gonna ground the Grounders deep into the map of Sanhok. Only one person surviving, that is Evil Boy. He does survive quite a few times, but does he make the best of it? I haven't seen that happen just yet, so I'm not gonna put my money on it. Ooh, XGeneration, you have way too much advantage to yourselves. You have great position, you have great numbers, and you're running over the best team that can actually contend you. Quantum Rage in a very bad situation, but all 4s from the side of XGeneration just trying to push and squeeze Quantum Rage into a corner that is so inevitable to come out of. Ehsan, what do you think? Does Quantum Rage even have a chance?
It looks like Team XGeneration not gonna leave any chances, and QR Spark is the only one surviving. And now Team XGeneration will confirm the final elimination with that buggy, which is very rare thing to see in Sanhok, because it's very difficult for any team to maneuver, their buggies in this kind of situation. But Evil Boy is still in the close by, reach where he can make things difficult for Team XGeneration, but the kind of solo surviving mindset will not let him do anything. But XG on the other side, Shami and oh my god, Shamir and I believe the other player from XGeneration, they both got eliminated from 2 different teams, and now it's between Team Tough and XGeneration. XGeneration definitely gonna go in and confirm those elimination points, but it's just a matter of time, because all of these teams have to leave for the circle, have to leave for the center, which Team Tough have to. But on the other side, TG Evil Boy, he is definitely gonna make the move and will get confirmed. Another elimination in the backpack of XGeneration after Erangel, and now it's time to cement their position in Sanhok, which is Ghost gonna do. Ghost have the position, will take down Voltrux. Tough Edgar is also low on HP. Joker is the final surviving player. All of the 4 players are pushing forward, and this is a site where, my goodness, the guy was moving. He gave him the reflex and Aegon Excite with another win. Do we have anything to say here, Nehana? Looks like we've been repeating ourselves quite some time.
Quite a bit, quite a bit. However, great chicken for Egonex I8. I don't know if I can even add hype to this one because we already knew what was going to happen. Because, I mean, it's the end of the day, and they have made sure that they continue their momentum, they continue their streak. They have exactly half of all the matches that they've played in their pockets as chickens. They've played 14 by now, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
15.
15 by now, and they have 7 chickens.
16. 16.
16. Okay.
Yep.
Then, oh, sorry, yeah. They have played 16. They have 8 chickens. How do you do that? How do you do that? That is exactly what I'm looking for in any team that is trying to contend themselves for going forward with this. However, we will go forward with the show after a tiny little break, coming back right up for you after this one.
क्या बात है बच्चों, दिल जीतने वाली गेम खेल गए।
तो आंटी आपके साथ भी एक स्क्वाड अप हो जाए?
हाँ आ जाओ।
इस रमजान अपने स्क्वाड की गेम से बनो किसी की भलाई का मजबूत जरिया और खेलो सिर्फ दिल जीतने के लिए।
I want to start off with this one thought. I've seen the players from Magnus Esports. They're all super slim, super skinny. How are they digesting all this chicken, Ehsan? How? They have literally 8 in their backpack in this week. We haven't even played for 8 days.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, the chicken is doing nothing for them at this moment because their hunger is something, it's giving them drive to go for more, and it's really to see their hunger is quenching anytime soon. But guys, we have to go and look for the MVP, and I'm pretty sure that the guy on the MVP chart will be from Team I8. Looks like the performance is consistent. They're not leaving any room for errors, and all of the errors, all of the mistakes are being committed by their opposition. But have a look at the MVP. Looks like it's again coming from Team I8. You know, if it's not Blade, if it's not Uzum, there'll be someone else to replace him, and this time around it will be Team Aegon Excite. IQ with 4 eliminations in the backpack, 671 damage, 70 heal, 3 knockouts, 2 assists in only 21 minutes of survival. So they cleaned up the whole Sanhok within 21 minutes. Not gonna take much time. Yep. Other teams might take like 25 minutes, 28 minutes, you know. Timing is nothing, you know, you have to be quick, right?
Well, that's true, and well, Agnex I8 is definitely very quick. I'm not a great singer, but bear with me for a second. All that I have to say for Agnex I8, or all that I have to dedicate from their behalf, is I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. I am titanium.
Oh my god,
they were amazing.
It gives me that nostalgic moment of the days when PUBG Mobile was first released, and there was this PUBG Mobile song which goes something like that. Let me remind that before we go into this. Let's have a look at top players, which is IQ, Uzum, then Edgar and Haris sir, definitely Joker sir, and then we have Voltrix from Team QWERTY. But seeing the overall performance in the match, it looks like Team Aegon Excite with the highest elimination, highest damage, highest assist. Then we have the highest healing done by Hassan, which was trying to heal himself in the blue with 699 healing. Rest, if we have a look, it's another player from 52 Esports, and if we go further, it's another player from 52 Esports as well with 499 healing coming from Fofu. Then Vortex with 444, and seems like 52 Esports were having a hard time on the battlefield because they were getting much of the damage from the blue rather than in the fights. But let's have a look on our match ranking, which is again is kind of the same pictures popping up. Aegon Excite with 25 points, Team Tough another I would say the only good match in the last 2 days from Team Tough, 12 points, Team QWERTY with 11 points. All credit goes to Voltrix for his survival and 6 elimination points in total. 52 Esports on the other side with 7 eliminations, 0 placement, but still they are 4 position holder for this match. But on the second page, things are very different. Most of these teams have somewhat took 3 players out of squads that were in front of them, but they couldn't complete their fights. That's the reason why they left early for the lobby. But talking about Quantum Rage, they had a good fight against Team Aegon XI, but they never had a chance to win that. 3 points for them, Regicide with 2. Then we have 141 officials and Northeast Sports with 1 each, and negatives with 0 points.
That's consistency right there. Anyways,
Yep.
talking about what's very disturbing about this whole thing. So here's the thing. Aegon XI8 on the overall leaderboard is ruling. There's some of the teams that are close enough that can actually challenge them if they try hard enough. And all of those teams literally have nothing in this match. 7th Element all the way on the second page. Quantum Rage, second page. Magnus, second page. How will anyone gather the courage to stand up against Aegon XI8? This team is literally ravaging through the whole match like anything. They had an okay start in the first week, but the second week they just took the whole intro song that we have for this thing and took it to heart. They just rolled up their sleeves and they were like, okay, let's do this thing.
Let's do this thing, guys. Let's do this thing. So if we do a simple average, these guys are averaging 15 points each map with this new point structure, which is very difficult for teams to even maintain, like 6 to 8 point average. But these guys with 16 matches, 101 placement points, 153 elimination points, 254 in total. Looks like it's a big task ahead for all those teams that are below them. And looks like they're not gonna reach them anytime soon. But looking at the second page, things are no different. HellRaisers is back on 20th position. Team Northeast Sports on 19th position. Team QWERTY with some more improvement coming today as well in the final match. They're on 16th spot. Talking about Team Star, they're also descending toward the lower bottom positions with 64 points in total. They're on 13th position now. Team Tough, somewhat slight improvement from them with 66 points in total, and now they're on the 12th position. So looks like Team Negative Esports, Team HellRaisers, they are going for those positions where they were before, 19 and 20 this week as well. It's just a matter of 4 more matches, and it will be an evident difference that both of these squads will be back on the positions where they mostly are. But have a look at the overall ranking. The overall ranking comprised of 37 matches in total, and out of those 37 matches, Team Aegon with the 10 chicken dinners, which is an average of 1 chicken per 3 matches, almost 3.5 matches, but 400 points in total, a difference of 99 points against Magnus, which had a very good week 1.
Exactly. Ehsan, I mean, here's something that I need to bring back in attention. Talking about just the second week standings, the difference between Aegon XI8 and Regicide, it has increased to 108. Okay, 108, and we still have 4 teams in the second week standings that haven't even crossed 50 total points. Like the first 2 teams have a difference of 108, and then there are 4 teams that haven't even crossed 50 in total points. And I mean, Aegon XI8 literally did so much today. They have a double-digit chicken dinner number. They also have 400 total points. Nobody has reached that. It's literally a 1 point difference. They would have a century difference between them and Magnus. I mean, Magnus definitely saved themselves a little bit with the double chicken today. But I mean, Aegon XI8 was like, double chicken what? We can get that too. And they literally showed it. They showed it.
Yeah, besides chicken dinners, they were consistent in the previous 2 matches as well. Looking at the points table, every now and then we were seeing them on 2nd or 3rd position with good numbers, which made them, keep going and having this kind of lead in front of the other teams. But it's been too much discussion about the leads, about Aegon XI8. Let's have a look at elimination leaders, in which I see IQ with 69, then Noki with 69, and America with 69 eliminations. Shamir with 67, he's very close. He is eyeing for that first position, and definitely in coming matches he will cement himself as the top leader on the elimination board. But we have Uzum still holding tight on that 5th spot. You know, he's pretty close to getting replaced, but somewhat in today's performance as well, he managed to keep himself in the top 5. Looks like Team A gonna have some more plans for some extra cash. But have a look at the day summary, and it's been Magnus Esports and Team A gonna excite summary, except a slight change, which was inducted by Team QR in between. Quantum Blade, GG's guys, and a blistering performance.
Did you notice, like, even though Uzma is literally at the end of the top players list, least number of eliminations, but he had more damage than any of the others. It's like Agon XI8 has a lot of teamwork. All the team players are supporting each other. Even right here, I mean, I get it, QR has the most damage done overall in all of the teams, but then Agon XI8 has quite some consistency. Both the matches over 1700 damage. Great gameplay. I am like more and more becoming like a fangirl for this team now. But I gotta be very unbiased. Like, yeah, great game from all of the teams. But then Agon XI8, they just did well. They just did very well.
It is what it is. You know, we have to somewhat agree to that. But guys, it's time. It's time of the day when we leave you with a thought and a hope for tomorrow. But let's have a look where you have to follow us for some more backstory, what's going to happen in the coming days, and where all of these teams are standing. So you can have a look on these social platforms. For YouTube, you have PUBG Mobile Esports Pakistan. For Facebook, you have PUBG Mobile Pakistan Official. And for again YouTube, you have PUBG Mobile Esports. But you can also search for PUBG Mobile Pakistan on Instagram. So if you want to have a daily update on the standings of all these teams. But guys, this is pretty much it. You guys want to follow us, follow me only. Well, I'm just kidding. You can follow Ehana as well on Ehana Aiden at Instagram. For me, it's I_SN.official. Any feedback from you guys will be highly appreciated. But it's time to leave. Take care of yourself. See you guys tomorrow.
स्पॉट डाउन उन्होंने कर लिया है, फ्री फायर नहीं दी जा रहे, आईक्यू काफी बढ़ते हुए थक स्पॉट डाउन करते हैं, सीनियर का फायर बैक आता है, थक दोबारा से डैमेज